There's a break in the circuit. I know how to work it. I know how to fix this. I know how to stop this. Hooligans lead the way with gasoline for the flame. The boogeyman at the gates with no regrets. He's insane. He's a ruler in a game. When it rains, it pours, and the core is raw. It bleeds, and I fear it's over. It's a force in motion, a never-ending ocean, and you think that it's the final thing you No remorse, it's over. No remorse, it's over. No remorse, it's over. No remorse, it's over. No remorse, it's But the devil's in disguise. It's in his hands and multiplies with no reason to his rhyme. There's no rhythm to his crimes. He will take what he finds. When it rains, it pours. Oh, and the core is raw. It bleeds, and I fear it's over. It's a force in motion, a never-ending ocean, and you think that it's the final thing you
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. I'm going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. It's our third live of the day. Been live all damn day. Well, we're normally late, but we're late because of the White House today. I'm blaming the White House for this. Either way, we're going to be starting off with a video titled AI is an invaluable addition to medical care. They're talking about trusting AI with your health. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but this is what they're offering. Then we got a video titled, This is the Future. Watch Robot Koid in action. This is a little robot. I've actually been telling you guys about this. We finally got a video on it. This is from Unitree, which is a company in China. They're making these little robots for you to go purchase. I believe they're 16,000 doll hairs. They don't say that in the video, but if you go look it up, that's about what it is. 16,000 doll hairs for a little robot for you to treat like shit in your house. They're claiming they sell 7,000 a year. I don't know. Maybe we're going to see more robots walking around. Then we got follow-up video titled Showdown Ensues After DOJ Fires Habba Replacement. Like I said, this is a follow-up because we heard that Alina Habba was getting replaced in New Jersey, but apparently they're making changes so she can stay on board. Then we got video titled Macaroni sues U.S. influencer over Bridget defamation claims. They're talking about Candace Owens. I don't know why they're referring to her as a U.S. influencer. But either way, Candace Owens is being sued by Macaroni because she said his wife's a man. Then we got a video titled Texas lawmakers begin probe into flooding response. This is kind of a follow-up video with the floods that happened in Texas. They're still continuing to squawk, claiming that there was no alerts and that it's a political stunt that happened that, killed all those people, and so it was all politics, I guess. It's Trump's fault that it rained that day. Then we got a video titled Disturbing Organ Donation Practices Spur Federal Reform. Apparently we have an issue in this country where we are harvesting organs from bodies that just aren't dead yet. getting a little ahead of ourselves, I guess. Then we'll be taking a break for our midlife break here. It's our funny video halfway through. This is titled Klaus Goals. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Gabbert releases new documents to refute Obama's denial. Obama is claiming that he didn't commit no treason. That never happened. Well, Tulsi Gabbard's releasing documents that are undeniable, I guess. Then we got follow-up video. It's titled Just Scared. Man punched, pulled from car by Florida officers and viral traffic stop speaks out. We covered this yesterday for about 10 minutes. This guy in Florida getting punched in the face at the traffic stop, ripped out of his car, got another haymaker right before he got thrown on his head. He now has Ben Crump as his attorney. So, of course, this is now going to be a race-based situation, and Ben Crump generally wins. When he gets involved, he wins, and it's not pretty when it happens. So I really wonder, because they already did an investigation and they claim that the officers didn't do anything wrong or anything illegal. I wonder if the tables are going to turn and this kid's going to end up getting some doll hairs now that race baiting Ben Crump's involved. Either way, then we got another sad story. It's titled Kilmar Abrego Garcia Update. Judge blocks Trump admin from detaining. Apparently Garcia's out on bond right now. And a judge is making it so he can't be detained or deported. And so the poor father from Maryland, who's actually a MS-13 gang member, woman-beating human trafficker, he's on the streets again. So I don't know. That seems like a high-value target there, but hopefully nothing bad happens to that guy. Very strange. Very strange that they let that guy go. Then we got a video titled Trump informed his name was among many mentioned in the Epstein files. This video has all kinds of stuff in it. Apparently a judge has denied to unseal the grand jury transcripts. That's not going to happen. Maxwell's been subpoenaed, so they're going to talk to her. But who knows what that's worth, because Speaker Johnson just came out and said that Maxwell may not be a credible source of information, which is pretty fucking crazy considering that's Epstein's right-hand woe man. So I don't know. I don't get that. It's all bad news today. I'm sorry, hooligans. Then we'll be wrapping the news up with a video that, of course, is Lefties losing it. This one's titled Sunny Ho. Hysterical claims are mocked. Of course, that's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles there. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We got our two funny videos of the day. First video was provided by Sly Dog. It's titled Slip of the Tongue. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Our Leaders on Capitol Hill Be Like. All of that's coming up next. Actually, we're going to test some hot sauce too. Here, Juicer sent me this yesterday. This is habanero hot sauce, Twist and Shout from California. We're going to try this during the fun stuff as well. And I think that's it. I think that's on the menu today. We're good to go. Either way, before we get into this, we're going to read through the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. Holy shit, I just clicked on all the wrong buttons. Either way, what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Zero? What's up, GuessMJ? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Russell? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Ghostly, you were first today. I appreciate you raising the chat, Ghostly, and happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Turbo? What's up, Plastic Quack? What's up, Muskie Boss? What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Cass? Guess I'm your omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, No Ad? What's up, Major? What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom. What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Scrolling through. Zero, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Let me see. You guys are waiting on me for a second there. I think we got everybody. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. Also, we're going to be doing another ad campaign today. Rumble Rick wrote me back and said that they got everything fixed. Now, I don't know if that's going to do anything about yesterday's ad campaign. I think I'm just going to be out those couple doll hairs. But either way, we're going to give another try today. Take advantage of those opportunities and whatnot. Let me see. What is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Sly Dog, you were first over here. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Michael? What's up, Smith? What's up, Tracy? What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Little Ripper? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Adam? Appreciate you being here with us. Did we get everyone? What's up, Original? What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom. Guess you were truly omnipresent. And what is up, everyone watching over on X? Our chat is still in the dumps right now. I'm still working on it, trying to figure it out one problem at a time. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting with this first video here titled AI is an invaluable addition to medical care. Going to be trusting your health with AI. It's kind of ironic because I don't really trust doctors, and they come out and say that doctors are 74% accurate, but AI is 90% accurate. I don't trust either of these fucking things, so you won't catch me at the hospital. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Hooligan t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Fox News senior medical analyst Dr. Mark Siegel joins us now to react. Doctor, it's great to see you. So apparently,
hi, Lisa, great to see you. Hi, Brian.
Good to see you, sir. So apparently, ChatGPT scored 90% accuracy. Doctors averaged 74 to 70% with or without AI. You know, what role should AI play in medicine, and what does the future look like?
Well, Lisa, I think that AI is a valuable addition to medicine. I think it can help streamline care. I think it's good for insurance. I think it's great for diagnostic acumen, especially with radiology and cardiology, and it's getting more and more helpful. But it is a co-pilot. It has certain features like hallucinations where it may get it wrong, and it also depends on what you put in, what symptoms you put in. Everybody's really worried, and they put in the worst possible symptoms. They're going to get the worst possible answers. It doesn't have the fine-tuning of a physician, but I want to point out that physician would go from 70 to 98% probably if they had AI helping them. So we can't be defensive about this. We can't remember everything we learned in medical school. ChatGPT can. And by the way, Lisa, there's also a study that AI has more empathy than physicians. Now, as far as I know, AI has no empathy, but they know how to pretend.
I don't know. That might say something about the doctors out there.
But Dr. not you, Siegel. Doctor.
Exactly. Exactly.
But are they, so quickly on this, are medical schools teaching up-and-coming doctors and those in that field to learn how to work well with artificial intelligence? Have you seen evidence of that?
You bet. It's part of the curriculum now, and also digital. Digital has so integrated into medical school now that a lot of stuff is done remotely, including pathology. Pathologists used to be elbow to elbow. Now some of them are at home looking at slides. Digital is a huge advance. Now, I don't want the culture of doctors talking to patients or doctors talking to other doctors. We need to retain that. And that's not, like Sam Altman says, being a dinosaur. That's what we need. A lot of this is nuance. A patient looks you in the eye, you get a sense of how well they're doing. That's never going to change.
That's a good point. Also, the human interaction is important as well. Doctor, we also want to get your take on this.
Okay, so medical robots come into a hospital near you. I don't know. Maybe it'd be okay for reference. It's hard to say. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a doctor and had them say, well, Google says. Yeah, I know what Google says. I did that before I showed up. I'm like, what the fuck? They're just overglorified Googlers. I don't trust doctors at all. Not at all. Either way, next up, we got This is the Future. Watch robot Koid in action. Koid is a humanoid robot wandering around. They're claiming it's a competitor to the Tesla robot. I can't remember what the fuck that's called right off the top of my head. But either way, apparently the company that makes them is called Unitree. They're a company out of China, and supposedly they're selling 7,000 units a year at $16,000 a piece. I don't know who's all buying this bullshit because it doesn't seem that useful to me. It's kind of gimmicky in my opinion. But either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what your hooligans think about AI in the hospital. Once again, they're saying that doctors are 74% accurate, but AI is 90% accurate. And do you guys think that this is a good idea or a bad idea to trust your health with AI? What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom to you. Zero, you said AI will be our doctors before. Yeah, our doctors and our attorneys. It's going to be just AI. you probably won't even have to go to a hospital unless you need actual treatment. Kind of like they have the webcam, whatever the fuck they call that shit. I can't think what it's called. You can like face chat with a doctor and try and get diagnosed that way. I think eventually they'll just use AI to do that stuff. Kev Seamus, Google says lupus. Yeah, exactly. Snooks, you say no to AI? It could be useful. I don't know about having a robot work on you, but I mean, if the doctors are already referencing Google, then they might as well reference AI, I guess. But I don't know. Zoom calls 0. No, they call them something else. It's like telehealth calls or something like that. Guess on virtual visits. Yeah, more or less. Kevin Seamus, AI is probably better than the doctors in this town. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel too. It's like I'm kind of on the fence about it because I don't really want to be worked on by AI. I don't want to be worked on by robots at all. But the doctors are really fucking stupid. So, you know, like, what are you going to take your chances with? I take my chances with death. Like, if you guys were here when I caught the plague back in like 2020, I was down for like 9 days. Like I wasn't gonna make it, but I'd rather die than go to a doctor. Just the only reason I go to a doctor is if the bones inside my body are on the outside of my body. That's the only time I go to a doctor. Otherwise, fuck it, just let me die. What's up, Relax? Happy Freedom. No ad, telemedicine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Back Frank, I don't think it matters if we think it's a good idea or a bad idea. It'll be brought in anyways. You just watch. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they're going to be given legal advice and medical advice and even schools. Eventually, why would you pay for teachers? Teachers aren't smarter than AI in theory, right? So why pay teachers? They go on strike and they teach your kids how to be gay and indoctrinate them in different ways anyways. So eventually it'll just be AI teaching your kids. And it'll be like that for most things. It'll be interesting. The future is going to be interesting. Still no flying cars yet, though. We got them, but they're not mainstream yet. So break a leg. Happy Freedom. Ghostly COVID. During my last class in school, and I learned nothing in that class. Well, that's like the kids, the little kids. That's why they can't read, write, and do math right now. It's because they were in school and really impactful points of their life during COVID. So half the time they weren't in school, and when they were in school, they were just worrying about COVID. So no good. It's hard to learn when you got 16 masks on. You're watching everybody through plexiglass and everything else. Major, oh great, so doctors and surgeons will get more lazy and stupid. Awesome. Yeah, everyone's about to get more stupid because we're all going to rely on AI. Like, we're not going to really rely on it because we came from a time before AI, before internet, before social media. But these young kids that don't know anything outside of social media, they're going to absolutely trust AI. And the way you can tell that is by how we hold on to Googling. The way that we talk, knowing better, we still talk to each other, well, I Googled this, and that means I'm right. Well, AI uses resources like posts on the internet, like posts you post on X or posts you post on Facebook. It considers Reddit articles, it considers Wikipedia, and all this other stuff, and AI generates a response based on that research from those sources. And so it's going to be inaccurate. You know, when you Google things, you can dig for yourself and try and figure out what's accurate and what's not. When you get a response from AI, you could dig into it and try and figure out where the sources are, but most people don't. And so these kids who don't know any different, by the time they're our age, they're going to just ask AI, and whatever AI says, they're going to think that's the truth. And it's going to be very inaccurate because it's using random posts on the internet as resources, as if those things, you know, these random opinions are credible sources when they're not. And so, yeah, about 15 years, we're all going to be brain dead. Like, the world's going to be ran by robots, and everybody else are going to be living in prisons. It's just, I don't know. We need change. We need change. We're heading in the wrong direction. Ghostly remote school is trash. Yeah, I totally agree. It's a Bill Clay. Happy Freedom to you. Sure, I read lips. Jeff said meow meow. Yeah, I was talking to Klaus Daniels here. Klaus is getting all wound up because it's time for Fancy Feast, but he has to wait till after the live. Zero, I posted a COVID throwback video on Telegram. What they did to us. Yeah, half that stuff I can't watch because of sitting here covering the lives every day. Like, most people are just dealing with their own life, but I was laid off at the factory. And so I was just here doing this all day, having mental breakdowns and shit, because it was too much. It was too much to go through. I couldn't even live my life. I was dissociating, just sitting here being live. And so now I can't even go back and look at COVID shit because it's just too hard for me to deal with. I never came out of the lockdowns. My friends still tell me that. They're like, we came out of lockdowns and you didn't. I'm like, yeah, no. What's up, Weston? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toast? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, I read labels in the grocery store too. Yeah, I do too. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Major, all a part of the control agenda. Yeah, absolutely. So you better go out there and use AI to generate as many boobies as possible, because it's about the best you're going to get. Meta, at least give us a hoverboard at this point. I think they tried to make a hoverboard. I imagine it's hard to balance on. What's up, Day Walker? Happy freedom to you. What's up, C1? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Burn Pile? Happy freedom. C1, I don't know what you're referencing. I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, Eddie Walker? Happy freedom to you. Low Ripper people believe the interwebs now. Yeah, but it'll be that much more convincing when it's AI telling you. Especially because you can just talk to AI now. You don't have to text with it. You can just sit here and have a conversation with it. What's up, Sarah Connor? Happy freedom. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. We gotta get these likes up, hooligans. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom. BS Robot. Yeah, wait till you see this next one. This next one's ridiculous. I'll read you through the notes here in a second. What's up, Mike Engel? Happy freedom. What's up, TV, YouTube? Happy freedom. What's up, Energy Woman? All right, hooligans. Like I said, we're going to get into this next one. This is titled, This is the Future. Watch Robot Koid in action. Now, again, this is company Unitree from China. They're making these little robots. They're $16,000 hairs. They say that they're selling about 7,000 a year, which I don't know how many years they've been selling these. It can't be too damn long. What's really funny is halfway through this video, I want you to look for something, because they're always trying to sell us, AI technology. Oh, it's so great. Oh, we need it in our life. Oh my God, sell your car and buy one of these fucking things every day, right? Well, this robot's gonna be like waving at you and shit. Halfway through the video, you see the robot waving, and then its hand like just falls apart, and it's like hanging by a wire, and he's just like doing this goofy ass shit, and then it wanders off camera because it needs a pit stop. It needs to be repaired because it couldn't make it through the entire interview, which is so stupid. They don't really highlight it, so I just wanted to like break that to you guys so you can watch for it. It's like a little Easter egg. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Brendan Ahern with $10 billion in assets under management. He's been at the forefront of the investment opportunities in robotics, and he's brought one with him. Take a look at Koid. Hi, Koid. Great to see you. And Koid has nothing to do with Optimus Prime, but I don't know. Can we get him to start walking over here? This is just amazing. You're not as tall as Optimus Prime, Koid. Oh, hi. Oh, you're very, very sexy in your walk. You could be on a catwalk for Carolina Herrera. How's it going? Good to see you. Brendan, tell us about Koid.
Yeah, so Koid, this is a Unitree robot. So this will be a competitor to Tesla's Optimus. Unitree is a Chinese company, manufacturer of robotics. The brains of it are all U.S. technology, Intel, NVIDIA. These are available for sale from our friends from RoboStore here in the U.S., the official distributor for Unitree. Unitree probably coming public this fall on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Just did round C at $1.7 billion valuation. They're selling over 7,000 robots a year, so maybe a little bit of a head start from Tesla, but big picture, this is the future. This is what's coming.
What did he just do with his hands? Can you take a tighter shot of that? Can we make him do that again? Sorry, I'm really intrigued by this. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But then we're on the precipice. This is the future of what's coming. And certainly within, you have manufacturers like Tesla, Unitree. You have the technology. You have the rare earths, Linus, MP. There's a whole ecosystem, which is why we think it's perfect for an ETF like Koid.
And aside from it being a cute development here on set here and a little bit of a display, and maybe we can get a shot of him walking once again, him, her, whatever he is. What is the functional use of this?
Well, right now it's mainly, RoboStore's mainly selling these into schools, universities, try to promote STEM, but we're making that migration as, due to the development of AI, the embodied intelligence element, there's a real industrial usage, and this is coming. I mean, I think you're seeing this in terms of an element of jobs that people really don't want to necessarily do. The robot is not going to be complaining about it.
Oh, he's hanging out with some of our friends here on the side of the set. But can I just ask, when you look at an opportunity to invest, you did at Crane Shares launch the ETF, the COID ETF. What else is in there?
It's that whole ecosystem, because it's hard. We're not saying we can predict the futures. There's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. There's going to be the manufacturers. There's the technology. And then there's the parts. Like, this is like the OEMs for auto are going to transition more toward the robotics. I mean, I think there's an analyst who believes that within 5 to 10 years, Tesla will be out of the automotive business. They're just going to be a robotics company.
So does that really mean that the earnings tomorrow don't quite have as much value because they're still working off the actual vehicles instead of, and we've seen deliveries and production numbers go down month over month and quarter over quarter. Yes. And so as we wait on all kinds of announcements, Elon has tried to get in front of that and said, we're going to be a humanoid robot company. And it will be, $1 trillion in revenue.
Well, I think they're also facing a challenge in China. Competitors like BYD, NIO, Li Auto, that battle in EVs going global. BYD has a factory in Hungary now, Turkey, Brazil. But I think ultimately, if you listen to Jensen Huang of NVIDIA, he's spoken about the baton of AI is the industrialization of AI. Right now, we're basically replacing Google to some degree and using AI chatbots. The real usage is going to be in manufacturing, home care. There are real industrial applications, and the AI is what enables it.
Home care, you talk about that. That would mean healthcare. And so therefore, we start to watch the opportunities here with all of these robots. And is it fair to say, because we talk so much about AI, you said that the technology in here includes Intel, NVIDIA, ARM, so much more. So these are American companies. Is this a positive way of investing in the next step beyond data centers?
100%. The Chinese are very, very good at high-end manufacturing. So that's kind of the hardware. The software is what America's really, really good at, which is the AI, the technology, the semiconductors. The whole ecosystem from a tech is all U.S. companies.
Okay, Brendan, you guys are on it at Crane Shares. Thank you very much. And of course, we will be all over the
Okay, so before you run out and go buy yourself a little robot there, did you guys see his little handbrake? He couldn't even make it through the interview. Didn't even do anything. He waved at everybody. He walked like 4 feet, took a shit, didn't survive it. I don't know. They don't seem that damn useful. It looks like it struggles to walk. I can't imagine this thing trying to carry your laundry, maybe bring you a car part, right? Bring you that 10 millimeter socket or whatever while you're under the hood of a vehicle. I just don't think it's that damn useful. Just imagine if you got dogs and shit. The dog's tail's gonna be all slapping it all over the place. Robot's gonna be. Can the robot get up? If it falls on the ground, can it get itself up? And then somebody said in the chat, is it remote control? I think it is. I think the one they're showing us is remote control, but I think the idea is that it's autonomous. It'll run on its own. But how do you charge the batteries? They didn't say anything about that. It doesn't just run on hopes and dreams. I assume there's a battery pack or something. How do you charge the damn thing? You got to hook it up to a Tesla charger? You plug it in its butt? I want answers. Either way, next up we got a follow-up video. Like I said, showdown ensues with DOJ fires Habba's replacement. So follow-up to yesterday, we heard that Alina Habba her position had expired because she was not Senate confirmed. And so those local district judges, they were going to replace her with Desiree Grace, which I still have yet to figure out what that person looks like. They have no internet footprint for some reason. But either way, DOJ knocked that out of the park. That's not happening. And now Alina Habba, she's going back to her job. They're still trying to figure out what's going on. It's kind of a iffy situation. But right now it seems Alina Habba is going to stay where she's at. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what your hooligans think about this Koid robot. Once again, it's made by Unitree, which is a Chinese company. Supposedly they're selling 7,000 of these a year. They're $16,000 each. The robot will be willing to do jobs that humans aren't willing to do. I assume they mean pick the crops, right? And it also, its hand falls off, doesn't even make it through the 4-minute interview. Either way, let's hop in the chat. Snooks, I'm assuming, is gender. What did I say? Did I say he or she, or it? It's a thing. It's property. Ooh, that's probably pushing it. YouTube's here today. Can't say that. Zero Eye Robot. Yeah, we're working our way towards it. So she's getting way too turned on by this. She was pretty excited. It clapped its hands and she was like, oh my God, can we make it do that again? Yes, because that's useful. That's real fucking useful. Let's take the $16,000 robot and make it clap its hands. Oh my God, every home needs one of these. So goofy. They're always overselling it. That's why I want to point out the fact that its hand fell off. It's because they're trying to oversell it to you. Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you so much for the support. It says, we love our Snooks. Absolutely. Snooks is hot. Kaz, yep, it's a joke. It is. I mean, I don't know. Like, you think that thing's worth $16,000? I could see like maybe $4,000, but $16,000, and they can't even tell you how to charge the thing or what a useful use for it would be. You know, like they were like, well, it's gonna do the jobs you don't want to do. Okay, well, if I don't want to wipe my ass, is it gonna do that job? And is it gonna do a good job at it? I don't want to be all itchy scratchy while I'm on the live, you know. Like, is it going to clean the Klaus box? Is it going to be able to do that? It probably couldn't handle it. Scraping up those peas and poops? I don't know if it has enough balance for that. Like, what real use is there? Turbo, will it pay my taxes? I'm saying. Can it serve my prison sentence for me? Ghostly Boston Dynamics is way better shit. Yeah, but they're building like weapons. Like those are the company that's building those robot dogs, and their humanoid robots are doing side flips and carrying backpacks and all this other stuff. They're building weapons. Major, I could think of a million better things to do with 16,000. Yeah, me too. Cass, yes, 2K if it cleaned the cat box. Yeah, I mean, 2K, I could totally see it being worth 2K, right? You spend that on like an iPhone these days. So get a little robot, you can talk shit to it. It can't tell nobody you're talking shit to it. You're at home abusing the robot. It's, you know, whatever. $2,000, that might be worth it, especially if it cleans the cat box, scrubs the toilets, gets the mail for you, things like that. But I don't, just imagine if it was defensive. It patrols the house at night with a gun while you're sleeping. I mean, it could be worth it, but we'll have to see. Relax. For $16,000, I'm making it get a job and pay itself off. That's a good idea. Like an investment. Like you're investing in it as like a little helper. What's up, Grinches, bro? Happy freedom to you. Cringe, bro, hopefully it don't use Tesla batteries. Well, and that's another thing. Like, what if the battery blows up? We've covered a lot of videos where the car batteries blow up, scooter batteries blow up, people's shit they order from Temu, the batteries in those fucking things blow up, the whole house burns down, or the parking lot burns down, or the garage burns down, your neighbor's house burns down. What happens when Koid burns down, you know? Cass, we're on the same page. Glad to hear it. No ad, that dumbass woman's talking to it like it's a person. She was gonna get a response. Yeah, she was real geeked up, and I don't know if she's never like ran a modern microwave or what, but she was super excited about it for no reason. It didn't do anything special. Happy freedom to you, Nana. No ad, RoboCop coming soon. Yeah, it'll probably be deployed in New York first. They were the first ones to deploy the Robo Dogs, whatever those things are called. and that was for the police force. They use drones and stuff too. They don't talk about it a lot, but police are starting to get more familiar with drones. They do it a lot in Portland. Out there in Oregon, they run drones a lot to keep track of Antifa. Break a leg, attack the staff. The robot just goes rogue right there in the interview. They'd have never posted that. Oh, Captain Seamus, I remember these robots. What are those ones called? Neo? Damn, this is from 2011. I remember those little robots. I never seen one in person, but I remember seeing them on TV. How useful was that fucking thing, you know? Zero, the Klaus box. I'd totally buy a robot to clean the litter box. Yeah, I don't think anybody enjoys that. The cat does. Cat likes watching me do it. Cass, your son had one of those and hated it? Why? Meta, a bartender. That's an interesting job. They might, that might be all right. That might be all right. You ain't got to tip the bartender. It's not going to spit in your drink. I mean, if it messes up, you're just getting extra alcohol, right? So that might be all right. That you got a point there, Meta. All the women saying, we have a little robot already. Yes, I know, in your side drawers and all of that. We need robots too over here on the men's side. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Rich, robot dogs throw a gallon of paint on them and they won't be able to see anything. That's a good point. I never thought about that. I always think about sticking speaker magnets to it. Speaker magnets are so strong. You stick a magnet into one of those fuckers, that's it. They're done. What's up, Lady Katie? Happy freedom. Yep, Lady Katie. Now, there's no evidence of wrongdoing, but we'll get to it here in a little bit. What's up, God's Marine? Happy freedom to you. Boston Dynamics is making Terminators. Yes. Yeah. They're making weapons. Those robots aren't little cute things that are going to clean your house. They're making weapons. Sarah Connor, it can listen to all of your problems and give you advice. Well, the AI can already do that. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rhonda? Happy freedom to you. Litter robot cleans the cat box for only $700. Quite the deal compared to this. Yeah, that's true. $700 compared to $16K. Parabellum, I don't really know if I would trust that thing to wipe my ass, given how sturdy its hand is. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's they need to make some changes there. Those hands aren't very sturdy. What's up, Drob? Happy freedom to you. For $16K, I'll call it what I want. That's what I'm saying. Lil Ripper, you have to own one to work for you to make money. Yeah, well, and that's probably what a lot of people do with these things. They probably buy them and then find some gimmicky use for them. Like, imagine seeing them at the county fair and shit. You know how they have those games, you can like throw the dart or you walk up the little rope ladder or whatever. They'll probably start involving these things. You invest $16K, you find enough use for it, you make your money back. Just wait till they give them buttholes and stuff. You'll be thinking of all kinds of ways to use this robot. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Fry TV? Happy freedom to you. Saltwater and soap will kill a robot? Yeah, I believe it. What's up, Mac Daddy? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm Epstein's mom. That's killing me. Holy. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, this next one is a follow-up video about Alina Habba. Yesterday we covered a video saying that she was about to lose her job because she's not Senate confirmed yet. But DOJ is stepping in and changing things around. And it sounds like she's going to be able to keep her job, at least for now. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Welcome back. The Justice Department swiftly firing the newly court-appointed U.S. attorney in New Jersey. It comes after federal judges declined to extend Alina Habba's interim appointment. Mark Meredith's live in Washington, D.C. for us with the details. Hey, Mark.
Jillian, good morning to you. There is a showdown happening in New Jersey over who should lead the U.S. Attorney's Office. President Trump wants Alina Habba in the post. She was given the job as a temporary appointee while she was waiting Senate confirmation, but the confirmation has been looking unlikely, if not impossible lately. She served as one of Trump's attorneys and was quite visible during last year's campaign. She was named the interim U.S. attorney back in March, but given time constraints with that title, she's basically being forced out of the job after 120 days. In the meantime, federal judges in Jersey appointed a new interim attorney, Desiree Lee Grace, to lead the office. But that is not sitting well with the Attorney General, who says she fired Grace over the change. Pam Bondi posting that Habba has been doing a great job in making New Jersey safe again. Nonetheless, politically minded judges refused to allow her to continue in her position, replacing Alina with the first assistant. Accordingly, the first assistant U.S. attorney in Jersey has just been removed. Now, New Jersey's two Democratic senators claim the DOJ is way overstepping its authority here. They are both outspoken critics of Habba and are likely to keep blocking her nomination from moving forward. Overnight, Senators Booker and Kim blasted Bondi's move, writing, "The firing of a career public servant lawfully appointed by the court is another blatant attempt to intimidate anyone that doesn't agree with them and undermine judicial independence." So what's next? Well, the White House is saying it plans to stand by Habba, and a spokesperson says they still think they can get her confirmed. We've yet to hear from Habba about these fast-moving changes, but a lot of drama, Jillian, happening in Jersey.
A lot of drama. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Mark.
You bet.
Bill?
Hey, everyone.
Okay, so quick video there. Sounds like Alina Habba is going to keep her job. DOJ stepped in. Now, of course, the Dems out there claiming it's government overreach. Well, I guess that's what they call it when they devise these little plans, these little schemes, and then they don't work out. No, now it's government overreach. Oh, okay. Next up, Macron from France. He is suing, what's her name? Candace Owens, over claiming that his wife is a man. And I feel like he would only sue if that was true. Because people have been saying Michael Obama's a man for a long time at this point. Decades, I feel. And I've never heard any lawsuits about that. So now I feel even more like Macaroni might be dating a dude. I don't know. I don't want to be sued for the bullshit. But either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about what's going on with Alina Habba. Guess my monitor just melted. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Mac Daddy Baby Oil will take out a robot. That's right. Diddy's just prepared. He's not a human trafficking piece of shit. No, he's the first response to the Robot Alliance. That's what it is. We didn't know. We were judging a book by his cover. We were wrong. Sorry, Diddy. So it's a hard day today. Mm-hmm. Kev Seamus, if Timo Obama's against it, I'm for it. That's right. Snooks, it's true about the suing. It's better for Macaroni to stay quiet. It's interesting that he's suing Candace Owens. Like, why? Like, so, I don't know. It seems like a waste of time. Thank you so much, Guess Some, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Guess Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says, I love her. I know. I'm sure Alina Habba loves you too. Especially now that you helped her get her job back. No ad. Replace Pam Bondi with Habba. That's an idea right there. What's up, Appeal to Evan? Happy freedom to you. Scam Bondi doesn't seem to do anything. Meta, would electrocution end a robot? Yeah, it would. If you can find a way to electrocute it. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. Taking the dog out. We'll be safe. Burn pile, it's going to take some political hack battery to burn down before they take action. Yeah, it is. Those batteries are not safe. Lil Ripper, get you some Diddy oil. They're loose. Yep. They're releasing the robots on us. Zero, she lost me a while ago, Candace Owens. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. When the whole Trump related to Israel stuff was really kicking off, and everybody was saying that he's, taking orders from Benjamin Netanyahu and all of that stuff. I guess she went off the rails, and a lot of people got pushed away because of the things she was saying. But her fucking audience is so toxic. Anytime I've gone over to Candace Owens' post and like left a comment or anything, her audience is just attacking me. They're worried about my skin color and everything else. Is fucking stupid. So I don't know if she's popular by paying for bot likes or what, but her audience is toxic. Toxic as fuck. Some people like her, but I don't know. When her and Kanye West came out with the t-shirts that say, I don't even think I can say it while Twitch and YouTube's watching, but it said so-and-so lives matter. It was a white t-shirt, right? Her and Kanye came out doing that gimmicky ass shit, and then her and God, what is his name? Crowder. Her and Crowder started button heads and all that, and they do all these gimmicks. They just do all these ploys and fake beef, and it's worse than listening to rap music. It's just fake beef to get views and stuff. They just grift their ass off, and I don't know. It's hard to have people like critique you so harshly, and then you're a genuine person because you don't want to be fake, you don't want to come off fake, and then you see these fake ass people get celebrated so much. It's like, I don't know, it just makes me roll my eyes. Either way, let's get into this next story. Like I said, the leader of France, Macaroni here, he's suing U.S. influencer over Bridget defamation claims. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you go post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop over on either platform, find the tabs labeled memes, drop what you got, and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up real quick. Defamation lawsuit here. Now, they're going to have to prove that Macaroni's not dating a man. That'll be interesting. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, First Lady Brigitte Macron, have taken a bold legal step by filing a defamation lawsuit in the United States against conservative political influencer Candace Owens. The case, filed in Delaware Superior Court, alleges that Owens has been spreading false claims that Brigitte Macron was born male, a narrative the Macrons say has subjected them to public humiliation, online bullying, and global misinformation. The complaint describes the situation as a targeted smear campaign, accusing Owens of using these fabrications to draw attention to her podcast and expand her digital audience. The Macrons argue that this has gone beyond typical political commentary and has become deeply invasive and damaging to their personal lives. The lawsuit seeks both compensatory and punitive damages, although no specific amount has been disclosed. It is one of the rare moments in modern history where a sitting world leader has filed such a lawsuit in a foreign jurisdiction. Under U.S. defamation law, public figures like the Macrons face a high legal bar. They must prove actual malice, meaning that Owens knowingly made false claims or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. The case now adds to a growing list of legal battles involving high-profile figures and online misinformation, raising questions about the balance between free speech, defamation, and accountability in the digital era.
All right. Well, we'll see how that turns out. I mean, they're even saying it in the news. They're like, this is highly unusual for a world leader to give so much of a fuck about what somebody on some podcast in another country says. Claiming, oh no, it's costing us money. This is causing us problems. Maybe that's because people believe it. Maybe it's pretty believable that you're not actually dating E.T., that it's just a man in a dress. I don't know. Either way, they feel some type of way about it. He reminds me of Will Smith. Like Will Smith, right? He was getting hoed by his wife, and then whatever his name is, Chris Rock was out there telling jokes, and Will Smith got all mad and went in and slapped him instead of slapping his wife for being a piece of shit. I mean, just saying. That's what this looks like. Macaroni just got slapped a couple weeks ago by E.T. in a dress there, and now he's going to defend his abusive wife person to some influencer in the U.S. It's just like the Will Smith thing. It's like, grow some nuggets, man. Fight back. Don't blame everybody else because you're dating ET in a wig. They're going to sue me. They're going to be like, U.S. influencer was saying that he was dating an alien, an extraterrestrial. Like, God, I don't know. The world we fucking live in. Next up, Texas lawmakers begin probe into flooding response. This is obviously a follow-up with the floods that happened in Texas. Now, in this story, they're still making claims that nobody was alerted when the floods happened, even though we know that's not true. They were alerted for 3 days leading up to the floods. And then when the floods happened, they received cell phone alerts. They say that nobody was alerted, and then they turn around and talk about the cell phone alerts. So there's a little bit of propaganda in here, but either way, it's a follow-up. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Macaroni and his ugly wife. You know, I think I can say that. She's just fucking ugly. You know, that's not defamation of character. You got eyes. You got fucking eyes. I mean, shit. What's up, Live It Review? Happy freedom to you. I don't know if I can say that word, but it's always so difficult dealing with YouTube and Twitch's bullshit. That's why I enjoy Saturday so much. I don't know if I can read half this stuff out loud. The review, how dare them call it a her? It's an it until they prove it. Yeah, exactly. You gotta prove she's a woman. Ray Finkel, that's, you know, I'm sure this is already in the comments somewhere. Ghostly, Macaroni was caught with a bag of cocaine on camera in public and no one gave a shit. Yeah. I don't know. There's no real justice. There's just us. Crickets, if guys think about sex every 7 seconds or even 7 minutes, no wonder things are shit. No, I don't think men thinking about sex really has to do with anything going to shit. It's a lack of accountability from Capitol Hill all the way down to your local McDonald's. That's what it is. It's not about thinking about sex. Some people aren't thinking at all. It's, I don't know. We just need accountability. No matter what we talk about, it always comes back to we have a problem because somebody's not being held accountable for choices being made. Thinking about sex is just, I don't know, how you spend your free time, I suppose. Relax, it's pronounced bird shit. Well, it's spelled like Bridget, but I think they say it a funny way because they're in France. They're always talking about their wee-wees. Sage Pop, just curious, but if there's no truth to it, why do they care? Well, they're claiming that it's causing them problems. Now, I don't know what kind of problems it's being caused because Macaroni should be paid by the government, right? He's not running a business or something, and that's generally how you get defamation lawsuits. So somebody's lying about you, and it's swaying people to not do deals with you, not buy your products, you know, pass the message that's not true, things like that. Now, they claim that it's causing strife, but you're the leader of another country. How much strife is really being caused by Candace Owens here in America talking shit on the internet? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure trolls say worse things than what she's saying. Grinch's bro, she loves shoulder pads. She looks like a villain from the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know? What's up, Deb? Happy freedom. Sage Pup, it's France. Just show pics of her privates. End of story. I mean, is that what this is all coming down to? Show us if she's got a wiener or not, and we'll stop talking about it. I mean, we're simple people here in America. we don't need to turn this into anything extreme. Just whip it out. We'll figure it out from there. Guess if men didn't think about sex, we'd be extinct. It's true. It's true. We got to. It's what keeps us going. That determination, you know, it's got to come from somewhere. Right, Sly Dog. Sex equals motivation. That's that. That's that. Meta, what does shapeshifters' birth certificates read? Do they get a switch certificate? No, I'm pretty sure whatever they're born, whatever it says on their birth certificate, that's that. I remember when the shapeshifter stuff first started, there was a couple that was trying to make their child's name a QR code or some shit like that, or like a sound. I can't remember what it was. It was something weird. It was like a piece of media. They didn't want it to be letters. You know, like saying a name. They wanted it to be something fucking weird. And then it ended up getting denied for a plethora of reasons. And as far as I know, they never did anything else about that. So if you're a shapeshifter, first of all, there's no shapeshifters born. There is, you know, the hermaphrodite situation, which is very rare. But other than that very specific situation, you're either born a boy or you're born a girl. And your birth certificate, well, that's that. That's that. What's up, Shauna Vision? Happy freedom to you. Guys, Marine, RIP Ozzy. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing tribute stuff to Ozzy. We have so much stuff on the schedule. I was going to play a video where people, I think, are in his hometown or something like that. I don't know, somewhere that had to do with Ozzy Osbourne, and they were all playing his music, playing records, hanging posters, and they were just like celebration of life. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Brigitte. Thank you, Sarah Connor. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. They were saying it weird. What's up, Tazarello? Happy freedom to you. MW, some like it rough. What are we talking about? Guys, Marine Candace Owens is just mad that Macaroni's wife has a bigger hot dog than she does. It could be. It could be. She's mad that they can't get a sword fight going. Hard life. What's up, Jimbo? Happy freedom to you. Captain Seamus, men are simple creatures, honest. Yep, it's true. Muskie Boss joining us over here on the website. What a badass. Muskie Boss, I can ask my wife what I'm thinking. She will punch me every time. They just know things, Muskie Boss. They know things. Some of the stuff I can't read out loud because it's not Saturday. Toast. Fight the satanic people. They are everywhere. They are. You're just stomping this bitch's head in Walmart. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? She was involved in satanic activity, I swear to God. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Texas lawmakers begin probe into flooding response. Now, they could just simply deliver the information to us about how they're going to talk about how to make improvements so the next time there's a flood in Texas, they can make sure more people survive. But instead, they're going to spin the whole thing and make claims that this is some political shit. You know, it's Trump's fault that it rained in Texas. That's how they're spinning the whole thing. I'll leave it to News Nation to do it. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
All eyes are on Texas today as state lawmakers begin working to get to the bottom of one of the biggest unanswered questions in the aftermath of the deadly Hill Country floods earlier this month. And that question is, why were so many people not alerted that the rising floodwaters were coming? News Nation's Xavier Walton is live in Austin for us this morning. I mean, Xavier, you were on the ground in those hardest hit areas for days on end. You're still in touch with those folks. So what are they wanting and needing to see from this special hearing today?
Hey, Marky, good morning. To keep it simple, answers and accountability. Hunt, Texas, roughly 115 miles west of where we are, and I was there as Governor Greg Abbott was telling people about all these solutions that he was going to come up with, him and other lawmakers during this special session. Well, here we are. That hearing's set to get underway later on this morning. And people I'm talking to say they're really going to be paying close attention because what happens today, they believe, is really going to set the tone for the next 30 days and whether or not any solutions actually come to fruition. So here's the agenda, at least here's what they're going to be discussing and things that they're aiming to work on later on today. It's a bipartisan select committee aiming to address these 4 items. Flood warning system, so you're thinking a siren, maybe some sort of alarm that would notify people sooner, flood emergency communications, relief funding for Hill Country floods, and then also natural disaster preparation and then recovery. Remember, people are still cleaning up debris as we speak, all of which are things people are questioning.
If your only warning system is a cell phone alert, what happens to those who don't have one? Or those who live in areas where the signal is weak or non-existent?
This wasn't just a climate disaster. This was a preventable and politically charged crisis.
Shut up, bitch! All right, so lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are determined to get these items taken care of. So there's certainly bipartisan support, but there's also, other things on the agenda for the special session. That's created a bit of a rift, more specifically when you talk about redistricting on the part of Republicans. But Marky, Democrats say they aren't going to work on any other legislation until this legislative body addresses the Hill Country floods first.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone.
Okay, well, I don't know. They're just, they're just blatantly lying about the shit. And they contradict themselves in the video. Like I mentioned before we got it started, they say that there was no alerts. There was none. And then they're like, well, there was cell phone alerts, but people were sleeping. Yeah, that's not the same fucking thing as saying there's no alerts. There was alerts. And the only reason they're saying that is because of the federal workers being fired and budgets being moved and, all the changes that President Trump is doing with the Doge and, waste, fraud, and abuse and all that kind of stuff. So they're trying to say this is all Trump's fault, that the flood happened and people died and all that kind of stuff. But they actually found out that it was supposed to be 2 or 3 people dealing with weather that day. There was actually 5 there. They were overstaffed for the situation. They were not understaffed. And they were also given warnings for 3 days leading up to the floods. They never mentioned that. And then, yes, when the floods happened, they did receive cell phone alerts. Maybe it's not that efficient, but they did receive alerts. Now, that's what they should say, is that the alert system was not efficient and it could be improved, right? That makes sense. But to go out there and say this is a preventable political charged crisis, what the fuck does that do for the families that just lost people in a flood? Nothing. They don't care about voting. They don't care about who's in the White House. They don't care about none of that stupid shit. Like, those people are making it political. This was a natural disaster that happened. They had a non-efficient alert system. It didn't work as good as modern technology we have now, right? They're saying, like, put up sirens, do things like that. Of course, there could always be room for improvement, right? But to go out there just blatantly lie about the bullshit just for the sake of spinning the story in your favor is disgusting. That is disgusting behavior by News Nation and by all those companies that are out there spinning that bullshit, because we've been looking into this since it happened. They're just blatantly lying. There's nothing more I can really say about it. Either way, next up, disturbing organ donation practices spur federal reform. They found out that they've been harvesting organs from bodies as they do, and sometimes these people aren't dead yet. And so they're kind of blowing the whistle a little too early, trying to snatch those organs up. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what your hooligans think about Texas and them working on this flooding response. Captain Seamus, meanwhile in North Carolina and Tennessee, how are they doing almost a year later? No, I think it's more than a year later at this point. But yeah, they don't talk about them at all. Now, President Trump did say that he was having FEMA show up and do stuff. He did bring resources. It happened right after Inauguration Day. I haven't heard anything since. Hopefully they're doing well out there. The last we covered, FEMA was helping those people get apartments that had vouchers and stuff like that, so they weren't going to have to worry about rent for a while. I think they were also had food vouchers and stuff like that. Who knows how much resources they were given, but living indoors is good. They were living in tents through the winter and shit, so hopefully they're doing okay. Captain Seamus, there were alerts and the weather radio alarms did go off according to family in that area. Yeah. They're talking about building a siren system there, so sirens will go off, kind of like a tornado alarm or whatever, which is a good idea. And they didn't have it, and that's just too bad that they didn't have it. But again, to go out there and just say, "Oh, nobody was alert, and they were asleep at the wheel," that's not what happened. They're just lying. What sucks is that normies believe that shit, right? And so they're out there like, "Oh, Trump made it rain in Texas." It's like so stupid, so stupid. Over on the website, everybody was calling out the reporter on News Nation for having her O face when the screen was paused, and I'm just mad at myself that I missed that. Normally I call it out. Relax. No disrespect. They're probably like hurricane people and they're used to it, so they didn't leave. That's what I think too, Relax. Okay, so think about it. You're getting alerts for 3 days on the radio, on the TV, your neighbors are talking about it, and you're like, yeah, we've had floods. I'd be okay. Oh, I'm going to stay home. Fuck it. I ain't got nowhere to go anyways. Right? And then it happens, and it's a lot worse. Like, imagine how many times they probably get warnings where nothing happens. And so then they get complacent. They're like, well, it's probably blow over just like it normally does. And it didn't. And so, there was consequences of that. But like we see in Florida all the time, anytime there's a hurricane and shit, TikTok's lighting up with people going out there and waist deep water and making TikTok videos and laughing it off. And it's like roofs are coming off of buildings and they're like, wow, look at that shit, sitting in their house because they didn't evacuate. People make their own choices, especially Americans. So, and I'm not saying it's good that bad things happen to any of these people, but becoming complacent happens. And like I said, they are making improvements. So, to blame the orange man for this, it's too much. Relax. Well, it worked in Hawaii. The sirens, that is. Yeah, too bad they didn't have water or any of that stuff. Trying to put those fires out with no water made it pretty difficult. Hey, thanks for being here, Toast. Enjoy the rest of your night. Appeal to Heaven. The camp should have called parents and said, we have a flash flood warning, come get your kids, but no. Yeah, I agree with that. They had 3 days leading up to the floods. That's plenty of time to tell people, hey, we're shutting down the camp. We have severe weather. Protect the kids. So don't access because in Florida those people are very drunk. Well, yeah, I know. I watch those TikTok videos. That's how I know about them. Meta, for your information, Trump is God, and he put tariffs on Thor. So Thor made the flood in Texas happen. Trump's fault. Yep. Meta, I forgot about that. I think we just covered that last week. I'm pretty sure you're right. What's up, Nuff? Happy freedom to you. Children in summer camp are used to it? Nonsense. Nobody said that. You could have your fake outrage if you want to, but nobody said that. Lil Ripper, the first responders couldn't even communicate with each other. Why? Was something wrong with like radio interference? God's Marine, that's YouTube is becoming a weird fucking chat. I will say that. I don't know. I get so used to the free speech. I get to these censored platforms and people are just saying weird stuff, but it's because of the information you guys receive on those platforms. No, they were alerted. They had lots of alerting. They just didn't have sirens. That was like the only thing they didn't have was sirens, but that's okay. Captain Seamus, yeah, we were talking about weather modification, and we also covered a video of Marjorie Taylor Greene that has gotten really quiet, but Marjorie Taylor Greene put a bill forth that was going to make it illegal for weather modification and something else, something related to weather modification. And when we covered it, I want to say it caused a blue banner on my... Oh, no, that was vote harvesting that caused the blue banner, and that was a true story, too. But the thing is they're always saying the weather modification is fake, but if it's fake, then how is Marjorie Taylor Greene pushing a bill for it? And so I'm waiting for a follow-up on that because that'll be very interesting to see how that goes. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, disturbing organ donation practices spur federal reform. Now, like I've been saying, apparently these doctors out here harvesting organs, they're not exactly waiting for patients to be ready to hand over those organs. And people are finding out about it. Apparently, there's been 350 cases where organ donations were canceled last minute because the person that was donating the organ wasn't dead yet. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
170 million Americans are registered organ donors. Well, this morning, some in Congress say the public trust in the donation system is eroded after reports that dozens of supposedly dead donors actually showed signs of life. And now reform is on the table. News Nation Weekend anchor Anna Koyman joins us now. I mean, Anna, this elicits some really disturbing, visuals. What in the world is going on here, and how big of a problem is this?
Yeah, a lot of people looking at their licenses going, am I an organ donor? Let me double check here. The United States organ transplant system really looks to be in need of an overhaul. This comes after multiple accounts of close calls where patients' organs were almost harvested accidentally while they were still alive. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill Tuesday talking about results of a federal investigation and what they say is a need to protect people who plan to donate their organs. But of course, we all want to be fully dead first. That Health Resources and Services Administration's investigation was initiated last year after a 2021 case in Kentucky where a man was believed to be brain dead from an overdose, but doctors were wrong and surgery was called off just moments before he was taken off life support. A physician noticed the man moving and moaning while being taken to an operating room. Well, the man did survive all of this. And now Health and Human Services is announcing they want to improve the organ transplant system. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying the organ procurement organizations that coordinate access to transplants will be held accountable. The entire system must be fixed to ensure that every potential donor's life is treated with the sanctity it deserves. The HRSA investigation finding there were more than 350 cases where organ donations were approved but then canceled, sometimes at the last minute. And they all got a closer look. Nearly a third were of concern. That's including 73 cases where the doctors signed off for organ retrieval, but the patient wasn't fully dead.
There were clearly some things that happened that I think could constitute euthanasia. I mean, if the patient's dying, but they take the patient's organs before they die, that's euthanasia. We want to make sure that the American public knows that if they are willing to become an organ donor, they're going to be treated humanely and legally, and that the family's wishes will be respected.
I mean, of course. Among the things determined in the report was that donors hadn't had proper neurological assessments, consent practices were questionable, Markey, and some patients' cause of death were not classified correctly.
Yeah, organ donation is such a beautiful and life-changing thing, and for those of us who have checked that box, you want to make sure that it's done right. Anna Koyman, thanks so much. Remember, everybody, you can catch Anna Koyman every weekend, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon.
Okay. Look, organ harvesting going on there. It's big bucks for them. So they can't even wait for you to die. They're just ready to pull the organs out of you right now. I don't know. This stuff freaks me out. Like I said, I don't mess with doctors. I don't mess with them at all. I do not trust those people. Not at all. And bad news about nurses, too. If you ever dated one, well, they were dating everybody, weren't they? That's the way it goes. Either way, next up in the news, Gabbard releases new documents to refute Obama's denial. Obama's out here saying, nah, he didn't commit treason. And I don't know, why ain't they raided his house yet, right? President Trump had classified documents. They raided the house to get him. Obama committed treason. They ain't worried about it. He ain't going anywhere, right? Next up, we got our midlife break, too. Like I said, Klaus goals. It's all coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this organ harvesting. Mac Daddy, most donors are still alive when it happens. They don't want to remove the parts from a dead host. Yeah, but I think that they're supposed to wait to a point where you're not going to make it. Like, whatever's going on with you and the condition you're in, you're going to die. You're not going to recover. That's when I believe they, it's time to do the thing. But they're talking about situations where the patient recovered. And they weren't going to if they were going to harvest those organs. So it was like a last minute stop. Cam Seamus, youth of Asia. Yeah, the Chinese harvest a lot. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. It was a little side note there. Glad you caught that. Deb, it used to be you wanted your daughter to marry a doctor. If I had a daughter, I would say you can't marry a used car salesman. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't trust them. Cringe, bro. I thought we were finally off the wiener topic, and then here comes someone talking about their organ. Yeah, I'm just sticking it right in your face. I know. News is rough today. Pumpkin, I intend on keeping all my organs for all time. That's how I am too. Now, we have a situation like our friend Larry, right? He needs a kidney transplant. He needs somebody to donate that kidney. So I really feel for Larry and people like him in his situation, but because I can't trust doctors, I'm not willing to give them anything. Ghostly, they kill people all the time for their organs. Yeah, it reminds me of COVID, right? You get in a motorcycle accident, you get decapitated because you run into the back of a semi-truck. They were like, COVID killed him? Oh, okay. And that's how this is. They're like, how's he doing? He ain't gonna make it. We need these organs. And it's like, oh, okay, that's not good. That's not good. I want them to resuscitate my ass. Like, shit. Appeal to heaven. Dear Lord, please help these ignorant people. Absolutely. Ghost say, I want to be eaten when I die. If I get old, I'm going to go into the woods and try and kick a grizzly bear in the nuts. Don't like the idea of rotting in a box. I mean, that's creative. That is creative. Bill Clay, killing people for organs reminds me of the plot for Max Payne 3. See, I haven't played that. I've only played the first Max Payne. Thank you for being here, Meta. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drob. Is that the same guy about telling women they lost the baby, but they were taking the babies? Does anyone remember that? I've heard of stories of that, but I don't remember like a specific one. What's up, EFO? Happy Freedom. Deb, sorry about the spelling. Tired and it gets difficult. That's all right. I can't read, so it's all good. It's all good. Didn't catch any typos at all. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we got our midlife break. And getting back in the news, we got evidence that Obama can't even deny. Now, before we get into this, we're going to give this another try. We're going to try to do another Rumble ad campaign to see if I can earn a couple doll hairs here. And it ain't going to hurt you. So let's see if we can make this happen. See if it does a thing. Okay, so I think we're good. Anyways, this is a sponsorship from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator. They didn't censor or have bias. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversation or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted that they fell to pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight, and if you have the means, one major way that you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, we are just happy if you watch us on Rumble. So, go and do the thing. And there, we did it. We did it. It let me hit the complete button. We did it, Hooligans. Fantastic. Yay. Anyways, moving forward here, let's get into our funny video halfway through. This is our midlife break here. Get this pulled up. And this is titled, let me get this out the way. This is titled Klaus Goals.
I've been sitting here trying to find myself.
Look at that big fat Klaus clone. Jesus loves us. Klaus gets that bad. He gets that big. That's like abuse at that point. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Gabbard releases new documents to refute Obama's denial. Now, Obama, he's in denial about a lot of things, like Mohap. Either way, this is supposed to be undeniable. Now, I don't know what's on the records or how we can get them, but they're being released. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
We start this morning with breaking news.
Yeah, I'm Charlotte McBride. You heard President Trump accuse former President Barack Obama of treason in the Oval Office yesterday. Well, now the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is dropping a bombshell report that informs that opinion.
Now, that report also forms the basis of the decision to refer the former President of the United States to the Justice Department for potential prosecution. Newsmax chief Washington correspondent James Rosen is live with us with the very latest.
Mark and Charlotte, good morning to you. To produce the 44-page report from Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard that was unsealed just moments ago, the top of this hour, intelligence officials spent some 2,300 hours, mostly at the Central Intelligence Agency, reviewing the raw and finished intelligence that fed into the intelligence community's assessment back in 2017 that Vladimir Putin wanted Donald Trump to win the 2016 election and interfered in it to achieve that purpose. Not so, the new report says. The new report finds the Russian president's asserted preference for the Trump-Pence ticket was based on only one classified data point, which was itself one scant, unclear, and unverifiable fragment of a sentence from a flawed report. The Kremlin's leaking of DNC emails was aimed, this report maintains, at undermining American democracy. Gabbard's team says Putin, quote, held back leaking some compromising material to use against the expected Clinton administration after they took office. This 2017 assessment under review was not based on any standard tradecraft. The report concludes, adding that it, quote, misrepresented these reports as reliable without mentioning their significant underlying flaws.
It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people.
Now, we do have some response to all of this from former President Barack Obama, whom, as you saw, President Trump accused of treason. And as we know, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, has referred Mr. Obama to the Department of Justice for potential criminal prosecution in all of this. The assertion on the part of the Trump administration is that Mr. Obama, in essence, politicized the intelligence and got the intelligence community assessment in early 2017 that he was looking to get. The response from Patrick Rodenbush, a spokesman for former President Obama, is, and I'm going to read it to you now, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response, but these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations, Rodenbush said, are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Mark and Charlotte.
Information. All right. Well, it'll be interesting. They keep talking about this Obama stuff like it's actually going to happen. I don't know. Still can't get my hopes up. I'm just not able to. So supposedly Obama's trying to deny these claims, but what I don't get is how they keep talking about possible prosecution. Like, well, you know, they're putting forth paperwork and they're doing this, that, and the other for possible prosecution. If he committed treason, then he's guilty. If he's guilty, then how are you possibly going to prosecute him? Aren't you just going to prosecute him? That's like if I go run somebody over while driving my Subaru and they got it on camera, they're not possibly going to prosecute me. They're going to fucking prosecute me. It's just, what are they going to charge me with, right? Now, and in this case, they know what they're going to charge him with. Treason. So why is it possible? Why they may, could, might. They may go after him. They could go after him. They might go after him. Why aren't you just going after him? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They spend all this time saying, trust the plan and all this nonsense and just wait and be patient. Well, that's normally because they got to build a case, right? Like the Epstein stuff and everything. Everyone's like, well, they got to gather the information. They have the information. They know it's treason. It's all there. They have everything they need. Why are they not doing anything about it? They're just talking about it. How come his house ain't been raided? How come he's not in jail? How come nothing's happening? How come they're just coming out and just talking to us about it? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And I haven't seen anybody even be able to make excuses for this yet. So, I mean, I'm interested to see what the response is going to be from me saying all this shit, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how you have all the evidence for President Trump to basically say we got him red-handed. He has committed treason. Then why the fuck is he out there just being free and shit? That's not how we get treated. Just being suspected of a crime, our lives are being fucked up. Obama's supposedly caught committing treason. He's just out there banging dudes or whatever he does on the weekends. It's like, and I'm supposed to get my hopes up for that? Nah, I'm not. But it's really entertaining. I'll say that. And I'll be all excited if they do something about it. But until then, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just not. Next up, we got a follow-up video, another follow-up video. This is titled, Just Scared. Man punched and pulled from car by Florida officers in viral traffic stop speaks out. And now he is being protected by the attorney Ben Crump, who is a race-baiting individual. But he wins. When he shows up, he wins. And so I'm really interested to see how this goes now that Crump is involved in this situation. We covered these two videos yesterday. We showed the video that went viral on social media of the guy getting punched in the face and dragged out of the car and all that shit. But then we played the body cam footage, which was about 8 minutes long, showing that he was baiting the officers. He was rage baiting them. He was refusing to follow orders. He was pulled over for not having his headlights on, which is kind of a questionable thing. But he also was driving with no seatbelt on, right? That's illegal everywhere. So the traffic stop was justified. And then they found drugs on him. He had a suspended license. He had a weapon in the vehicle. It was like a long list of bad choices that he had made and whatever. So that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these released documents that supposedly where they got Obama red-handed committing treason. Snuggs Crump is a media hoe attorney and he does it for the show. Yeah, he does, but he wins though. That's what I don't know. I don't really like that. This guy, he's like Al Sharpton, but he actually wins. And this situation's already just about over. They did an investigation into the officers and they determined that the officers did not break the law. Now, there's some other details, and I don't want to spoil it yet, about one of the officers who has been viral a couple times. But it's just, when they make it about race, that's when things get stupid. Because, of course, there's racism in the world, but they're taking situations that are not based on race, making it about racism, and then winning these lawsuits, which is not justice. And that's why I don't like it. It's not justice. And when we covered the video yesterday, not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but when we covered the video yesterday, it was a white cop that broke the window and stiff-armed him in the face, pulled him out of the car. They get him out of the car. Black cop throws a haymaker, punches him right in the face. Punches him right in the face, and they bring him to the ground. So if we're talking about punches in the face, it was a black cop punching a black dude in the face. How you gonna say that's racism? Like that doesn't make sense. Of course, when we covered the Roe vs. Wade stuff, we heard somebody say that you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist. So maybe this is one of those situations. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, reading through the chat. Zero. They have to build an airtight case, lawful case, so people like Crump can't get him off. It takes time. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. If somebody has been incarcerated multiple times, I don't believe it at all. If they say they have evidence of Obama committing treason, I'm no excuse. Saying it takes time doesn't mean anything to me. Nothing at all. Zero, there's no statute of limitations on treason? No. I think they were saying that at the press briefing, too. There is no statute of limitations. They were saying sedition or something like that has like a 5-year limit, but treason doesn't. And so they were asking what else they could get him on, but they were saying they got him on treason. Nana, treason is the worst crime ever. Something should have been done long before now. Yeah. Well, and that's what a lot of people are saying, too. They're saying that they don't believe that they're going to get him on treason because if they were going to, then they would have did it during Trump's first term when they were doing the Russia stuff. Because that's when they looked into all of it. And so they had the evidence of treason and didn't do anything about it. And now we're years later, and now they're bringing it up. So some people are saying this is all for show and that this is all just a distraction from the Epstein stuff. All I know is I'm just waiting and watching. Cricket Kiss, we like honesty around here. Dennis, happy freedom to you. I swear Bondi and the rest of the GOP better not goof this up, and they usually do. Yeah. So I said I'm just waiting and watching. We'll see what happens. Sage Pup, why haven't they tased him in the ding dong? I don't know. I don't know. I ask myself same thing every night before I go to bed. I don't know yet. Crickis, Obama will claim presidential immunity and nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't think anything's going to happen, but we'll see. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wes? Happy freedom. Barack Hussein Obama. Yep. Agent O, trust the plan was Blue Non. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff like that going on, especially over on X. Everybody's saying like trust the plan and be patient, like mocking it. I saw somebody say that Q was on the island. I just didn't share it because people get a fucking butthurt and shit, and they can't handle honesty. But even if it's funny, but Q was on the island. What's up, Michael? Happy freedom to you. Fry TV, you don't like Rumble? I don't know. There's people on Rumble saying that they get skipping and stuff every once in a while, but after getting premium, I think it was, or either joining the membership, one or the other, the skipping stopped. And so we kind of believe that it might be related to the ads. I don't know. I use Brave browser, so I don't see ads on anything. If I use the Rumble app, sometimes I have hiccups. But if I go to Rumble like using the browser, I don't usually have any issues. What's up, he-who's? Happy freedom to you. Goth, I love Tulsi. She's a badass. Pam Bondi, she's a disappointment. What's up, DB Cooper? Happy freedom to you. Both sides are lying now. It's kind of what I think too. I lost confidence in all this shit. I'm just here to be entertained at this point. Yeah, live review. I wish I could read that out loud. But yeah, that's, yep. Cheek Chops, you ain't gotta tell us how bougie you are. We know you're bougie. Eating that badass jerky and all that stuff. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, just scared. Man punched and pulled from car by Florida officers and viral traffic stop speaks out.
Right now,
yeah. Now, he's trying to get his $500,000 like Carmelo Anthony. I bet everybody forgot about that kid. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Right now, there is a viral social media video going around that showcases a young man's car window being smashed by a Jacksonville deputy. I'm News 6's Jana Manahalal, and for the first time since his arrest, he's speaking out at a press conference that his attorneys are hosting for him. Now, while he doesn't say much in this press conference, they're hoping that justice is going to be found. We're also seeing the moments right before this viral video.
Exit the vehicle now.
I was really just scared. And yeah, that's it.
This is the first time we're hearing from 22-year-old William McNeil Jr. since the video of his arrest went viral via social media.
Exit the vehicle.
During a press conference early Wednesday morning, we heard mainly from McNeil's family and their attorneys.
The day I seen that video, I couldn't finish it past the window breaking.
To see that, it's a hurting feeling.
This is not good policing.
The press conference comes just a day after the Jacksonville Sheriff Department released body cam footage of the initial arrest.
What's your reason? Step out now. All right.
Jacksonville officer DJ Bowers pulled William from his car on February 19th for not having his headlights on during inclement weather and not wearing a seatbelt.
Inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not raining. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over.
But the arrest quickly escalated into the video seen around the world. Arresting officer DJ Bowers is on administrative leave, but this is the second time in less than 6 months that this officer has gone viral for his use of force. Body camera video shows Bowers again, this time helping arrest Walter Brown. That arrest also drew backlash for what many viewed as excessive force. JSO later said Bowers followed all protocols and charges against him were dropped. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis gave his input on this case.
But I have every confidence in our sheriff here in Jacksonville that if there's anything that these guys are not living up to the standards, he's going to hold them accountable.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is urging the public to reflect on this moment.
If this was your child, we're going to do everything that you would want done if this was your child.
Okay, so Ben Crump's there. It's all based on race now and stuff like that. It's stupid though, because like I said, the officer that actually punched him was also a black dude. So it's not about race and all that stuff. And they're claiming it's bad policing, but they've already done an investigation into the situation. They claim that there was no illegal activity on the part of the officers. And so I don't know what this is going to turn into. They're trying to do something. And like I said, Ben Crump, he wins. He wins. He's a douchebag, but he wins. And so I don't know if he's about to turn this kid into a millionaire or what, but time will tell. Next up, we got another sad story. Abrego Garcia. Apparently, the judges just blocked Trump admin from detaining him while they let him bond out. He is free, I guess, that's amazing. That's amazing considering he was shipped to El Salvador. He was in the CCOT Supermax. President Boo Boo Kelly came here, sat in the White House Oval Office with President Trump and the entire cabinet. And they told reporters, they were taking turns gangbanging this one reporter, saying he will never step foot on American soil ever again, no matter what, even if they let him out of CCOT. He will never come back to America. He is not able to. And then they turned around and shipped him right back here. Then they said he was in custody of the marshals and that he's facing court for human trafficking. And then they said that there's a potential he will get bond. And if he does get bond, that he's going to be detained by ICE and he'll go to a detention facility, potentially like Alligator Alcatraz. Now, something happened in the middle of the night. This guy's getting bonded out of jail. He's not allowed to be detained or deported. What the fuck is going on? It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this individual who's now lawyered up with Ben Crump. And he's claiming that he's just scared. He was at that traffic stop. He wasn't acting like an asshole. Nah, he was scared. Oh, let me see. Toasty. Thank you so much, Toasty, for raiding us over on Rumble. You're awesome. Thank you so much. You guys need to go follow Toasty. Let me grab this link really quick here. Come on, Rumble. Let me do the thing. Go and follow Toasty. Bam. Go do the thing, you hooligans. What's up, you raiders? Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Just in time. Captain James, we're being raided. We are. It's the only raid we get happy about. Raids on Rumble. Snugs, headlights come on when they turn the car on. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, that's kind of a debatable thing, right? Not everywhere is it a legal responsibility or obligation to turn your lights on when it's raining or you got bad weather or anything like that, right? It's not necessarily a legal thing in all states. Like in Michigan, I don't think it's a big deal. In Florida, where he was, it is a big deal. You are supposed to have your lights on while it's raining. In the video, you can see that it's not currently raining. So that's a debatable thing. But he was also pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt. That's not really a debatable thing. He's breaking the law, right? They found a knife on him. They found weed on him. He had a suspended license. It goes on and on and on. Making bad choices. You know, what do you think's going to happen? It's how it goes. So either way, breathing through. Thank you so much, Toasty. I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. What's up, First Demon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Perfect time for a raid. Sly Dog Cop was over the top. Could be. Well, and that was another thing they said in the video, is that the one officer, the first officer, the one that broke the window and then stiff-armed him in the face, that he's been viral twice. He was in another altercation with somebody where he was being aggressive, and that video went viral. So maybe it is excessive force by the police. Could be. I don't know. I know things get active when people aren't following commands and all of that. So I don't know. And obviously he was okay. When we watched the body cam footage, yeah, he got put on his head. He did get punched in the mouth and stuff like that. But they picked him up and he was talking and stuff. He was fine. They didn't knock him out. It definitely wasn't like that other video that we had covered a while ago where the officers had beat that guy to death until his brain hemorrhaged. It definitely wasn't bad like that, but we'll see. We'll definitely have follow-ups on this story. What's up, Booster Flames? Happy freedom to you if I can get you all ready. Happy freedom to you, Stoner. I've been trying to say that and I keep forgetting. Happy freedom to you. Stoner, I got a Trump knife and weed on me right now. That's right, Stoner. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't get in any trouble. Ghostly, how would the cops treat you if you close the door on them and then put the seatbelt on? Cops around here would think I'm running to light me up. Oh yeah, well that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they'd let me have it. They would let me have it for sure. The rude damn pirates. Mm-hmm. Wes, he didn't look injured. Now, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because the body cam footage isn't the clearest thing, at least the version we all got. But he, like I said, he was talking, he was standing. I mean, it sucks to get punched in the face. And he got stiff-armed, then he got punched. But he was fine. You know, he's fine. So I don't know if his overreaction or not. I know if I wasn't complying and I was acting like I can't understand orders, and then I close the door, lock myself in the vehicle, and just repeat myself, why'd you pull me over, after it's already been explained clearly, you know, it just make everything difficult. You know, we talked about it a lot yesterday. If you make things difficult, cops are going to rough you up. That's it. There's no point in having court on the side of the road. If you're getting arrested, just get arrested, bond out, go to court when you're supposed to, deal with the judge. Get yourself an attorney, deal with the judge. That's the only person that's going to give you freedom. You know, you're going to jail or you're going to the morgue when it comes to being pulled over on the side of the road. It's up to you where you want to go, but you're going to go to one. And that's it. And it sucks. It's not fun. I've had to deal with cops a lot. Fucking sucks. But doing it on the side of the road, it's never going to be a good time. Mac Daddy, just comply. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get punched by a cop. They're always like 11 feet tall for no reason. Pick you up like the Undertaker, you know? It's like, I don't want none of that. I don't want to get roughed up. Captain Seamus, comply in the moment and then sue the cops. Yeah. You'll never win on the side of the road. Wes, it's a setup. Well, and that's what we were kind of saying yesterday, is he was kind of rage baiting the cops, hoping that he'd get his ass whooped so he could turn around and sue the police force for, you know, being too aggressive and all of that, excessive force. And maybe he'll win. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe it'll be a scheme come true. Either way, like I said, we got a follow-up with Abrego Garcia. That's the poor father from Maryland that happens to be an MS-13 gang member, woman-beating human smuggler, and he's out on bond right now, and he's not even able to be detained or deported. So that's nice. That's nice. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this story. This is her O-face. It's nice. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Want to bring you some more breaking news that's just now coming into our newsroom. Putting up this tweet from Vox's Bill Mallusion as well. This all has to do with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. As a Maryland federal judge, Paula Zinnes has just issued an order that will block ICE from arresting the Maryland man known as Kilmar Abrego Garcia. This is upon his release on bail in Tennessee for his federal human trafficking charges. Judge Zinnes is also ordering a 72-hour pause on any efforts to deport him to a third-party country without sufficient notice and due process. I want to put up some video as well that we have of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. We've been following this story very closely here on Live Now from Fox. If you haven't put a face to the name, this is him. Ultimately, we do know that, again, it was just within the last hour that federal judge in Maryland has now prohibited the Trump administration from taking Abrego Garcia into immediate immigration custody if he is released from jail in Tennessee while awaiting those charges. The U.S. District Judge, Paula Zinnes, ordered the U.S. government to provide notice of 3 business days if Immigration and Customs Enforcement intends to initiate deportation proceedings against Abrego Garcia. The judge also ordered the government to restore the federal supervision that Abrego Garcia was under before he was wrongfully deported to his native El Salvador back in March. That supervision had allowed Abrego Garcia to live and work in Maryland for several years while he periodically checked in with ICE. Abrego Garcia, of course, we know has become a prominent face in the debate over President Trump's immigration policies following his wrongful expulsion to El Salvador earlier this year. Trump's administration violated a U.S. immigration judge's order in 2019 that shields Abrego Garcia from deportation to El Salvador because he likely faces threats of gang violence while there. So ultimately, Zinnes' order was handed down just 3 minutes before the judge in Nashville, U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw, issued a separate order earlier today saying that Abrego Garcia should be released from criminal custody pending trial date in January. Judge Crenshaw said in his order that the government failed to provide any evidence that there is something in Abrego's history that warrants detention. Ultimately, we do know that this is continuing to be a developing case as well. And we also want to stay on top of it here on Live Now from Fox.
Well, I don't know what to say about that. Tomorrow will be really interesting because, like I said, it wasn't just Trump saying this. It wasn't just Caroline Leavitt. It was the entire Trump cabinet and President Boo Boo Kelly of El Salvador all said he would never step foot on U.S. soil ever again. And then they shipped him back here to charge him with human smuggling. They didn't even have to do that. He was already in CCOT. They decided to do that, and we paid for it. And now he's out on bond. He can't even be detained or deported. He's just a human smuggler, MS-13 woman beater. I mean, why would you lock somebody like that up? Why would you want to deport somebody like that? And then they bring up the judge note or whatever from before saying that he's not able to be deported to El Salvador, which is his home country, because he has to worry about death. And so that means if they are going to deport him, they got to deport him to somewhere else. Somewhere else that'll take him. Now they talk about him like he's some poor guy just caught at the wrong time, wrong place. At least he gets to go home now. I do not get that. I do not get that. The entire Trump cabinet was standing on that. Never step foot on U.S. soil again. Here he is. And not only is he here, but he's free now. I don't know. I'm starting to not believe any of this bullshit they say. Like, it's one thing to, get your hopes up. It's another to even, hang on these words at this point. These people are fucking lying to us, and nobody's doing anything about it. It's crazy. Next up, Trump informed his name was among many mentioned in the Epstein files. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Yeah, Captain Seamus for real. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're baiting everyone into vigilante justice. Because if there was enough vigilante justice going on, then the government would see that as a reason to control us, right? We're taking justice into our own hands, not us, but, we the people, taking justice in their own hands. The government would see that as, they need to come in and stop that from happening. Now, people wouldn't even think of that if police were doing their jobs, but police don't do their jobs because prosecutors don't do their jobs, because judges don't do their jobs. And they don't do their job because the people on Capitol Hill aren't doing their fucking job. And like I've been saying the entire live, no matter what we talk about or how we talk about it, it always comes back to accountability. Because that's the real epidemic here in America, is that we don't have accountability. They went out to get a pack of smokes and it just never came back home. I don't understand. It's not good. It's not good. But it's a perfect combination of events to equal vigilante justice. And they don't want that, right? It's bad. You shouldn't want that stuff. That's why we got police officers and shit. So we don't have vigilante justice. But if nobody's doing their job and people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, somebody's going to fucking do something about it. And then they're going to be on the news. They're going to get demonized as some white supreme pizza and all this other bullshit. And then maybe the government will come crack down on everybody, right? It always takes one person to ruin it for everybody. Maybe it'll be a situation like that. They'll come in and try and control us because there's too much vigilante justice, because there isn't enough real justice going on. I don't know. It's very interesting. Either way, reading through the chat. Snooks, that's not how it works. So, like, here in Michigan, we have open carry laws when it comes to firearms. That means you can carry it on your hip out like a cowboy, or if you have a rifle, you can have it slung over your shoulder. It's fine. As soon as you sit down inside your car, you are concealing a weapon and you are breaking the law if you do not have a license to conceal a weapon if that's needed in your state. Now, the reason they bring up the knife in the backseat of the car of the individual who was just punched in the face by the cops is because if you have a weapon, like a knife, and you have it in the car, it could be considered concealing a weapon. They bring up that it's unsheathed. If it was sheathed, he may be able to say that he was transporting it. But without it being sheathed, they could try and say that maybe he wasn't transporting it properly, and then that brings it back to being a concealed weapon. That's just like carrying a knife on your person. You can't legally do that in most states. It depends on the knife. There's a lot of stipulations. Every state has different laws. But you can get in trouble for concealing a knife on your person. And so I think that's why they bring it up. The other thing is I think it's a potential threat. He was not complying with orders given by the officers. He had a knife in the car. I don't think he could have been able to reach for it, right? It was behind and kind of underneath the driver's seat. I don't think he was a threat in that way. But I think they just bring it up just to say, like, he had access to a weapon. He didn't use it, but he could have. And I think that's what they're trying to say. Captain Seamus, yep, they are baiting us to act out so they can crack down on us. Stay peaceful as you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. The review, nothing in plain sight. What was the probable cause? Well, no, with the knife situation, they didn't know about that shit until after they pulled him out of the car. Because when they show you the picture of the knife, there's already broken glass on the floor. He was pulled over for not having the headlights on in questionable weather and not having a seatbelt on. They discovered the knife afterwards. Ghostly, same. I own a knife, or I have a knife on me always. It's most useful tool I own. Well, and like I was telling you guys yesterday when this came up, when we were covering the original video and the body cam footage, if you check your state laws, every law is different when it comes to knives. But I believe federal law says that Americans are able to carry a hunting knife. Hunting knives do not have a description. It doesn't say if they fold. It doesn't say if they don't fold. It doesn't say how long the blade is. It doesn't say how heavy it is. It doesn't say what it looks like in any fashion or form. So what happens is if an officer catches you with a knife and they ask you, hey, what do you use this for? It's because they're trying to test you. Because if you say it's a hunting knife, and I can't give you legal advice, I could tell you to go look up the definition of a hunting knife. But If you were to tell an officer it's a hunting knife, they cannot tell you it is not a hunting knife because there is no definition of a hunting knife. So they're just testing you. Do you know what a hunting knife is? Yeah, it's this. This is a hunting knife, right? Like, I wish I had multiple knives on my desk because they're all hunting knives. Every knife I own is a hunting knife. Any knife I'm carrying or not carrying is a hunting knife because I only purchase hunting knives. And if an officer was ever going to stop me, regardless of the knife they find on my person, that's a hunting knife because they can't do anything about that. Now, again, go look into it. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just telling you what I would do in a situation that I've already been in. And not only was I in that situation, I was in that situation with customs. And so, yeah, go look into it. Live review, follow me to my basement. I'll show you where I keep my skins. There you go. Date night. Yep, that's how it goes. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. What's up, Enter user? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, bye, Klaus. I don't know where he is. He's sick of my shit. It was Fancy Feast time an hour and 50 minutes ago. Cheeky Chops, butter knife is a hunting knife. It is. You get caught with it. C1, intermediate weather. Is that what it is? Intermittent weather? Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of a debatable thing because we're looking through a body cam. So we're getting color correction, light adjustment, and things like that because we're looking through a camera. So I don't know if he should or should have not had his lights on, but he was driving without a seatbelt. And I feel like that just voids the headlight thing out. EFO chainsaws are a tool. That's true. It's like carrying a hammer in your car. That's not the murder weapon. That's a tool. What's up, Backcountry? Happy freedom. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom to you. Took it too far. Gotta throw the hammer at this little kid diddler. Alright, hooligans, moving forward here. Captain James, I carry 3 to 5 knives on me at all times. Yep, it's worthwhile. Knives are versatile. Like I said, Trump has been informed that his name is among many mentioned in the Epstein files. Now, they're saying that this does not equate to being guilty of anything. His name is just mentioned for whatever reason, and we're going to talk about it. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry really needs our help. Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and I put together a page for him on the website that has all of his informations, all of his details, and everything you would need to help our friend Larry. So please go check out the link that I'm dropping in the chats right now. Alright, hooligans. Like I said, go click that link if you can help our friend Larry. Getting into this, it's not the weather, despite of what it looks like. That's his O face. Anyways, once again, this is Trump informed that his name was among many mentioned in the Epstein files.
Breaking news in the controversy over the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
There's a new report revealing President Trump's name is among the files.
ABC's Perry Russom is live in Washington, D.C. with the latest on the turmoil.
Yeah, we have some new reporting from the Wall Street Journal that reports Attorney General Pam Bondi and her Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche told President Trump back in May that his name appeared multiple times in the Epstein files. According to the Journal, Trump was also informed that the names of many other high-profile individuals appeared in the documents, which the Journal reports is not evidence of wrongdoing. It comes as a federal judge denies the DOJ's request to unseal grand jury testimony tied to Jeffrey Epstein. A federal judge in Florida today denying the Department of Justice's request to unseal grand jury records tied to Jeffrey Epstein. The request is one of 3 made by the DOJ. Yesterday, the judge overseeing the request in New York says he plans to rule expeditiously.
I understand there are 2 other requests from the Department of Justice that are ongoing, but I'll let this president speak to whether he wants to see an appeal.
It comes as Republican Senator Tom Tillis warns if the Epstein files are not released, this story could last through the midterms next year, when Republicans will be in a bitter battle to keep the majority in the House and Senate. Tillis speaking with Axios.
If anybody thinks that this is going to go away because the House left a day early or something, it's got to be like those zombies in The Walking Dead. Every time you think you've killed it, another one's just going to come running out of the closet after you.
As Republican Congressman James Comer today formally subpoenas Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator, and the Department of Justice says is planning to meet with her, House Speaker Mike Johnson today questioning Maxwell's credibility.
Could she be counted on to tell the truth? Is she a credible witness?
Maxwell's lawyer yesterday telling ABC News Ghislaine will always testify truthfully. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries accusing Republicans of hiding information.
And in the context of this Jeffrey Epstein scandal and their refusal to share information to the American people, despite promising to do so, one must ponder the question, what are they hiding from the American people?
And then in that subpoena, Congressman Comer says he wants Ghislaine Maxwell to be deposed by the House Oversight Committee on August 11th. That should be happening in Tallahassee, Florida, at a federal prison there. Right now, she is being held for about 20 years. Live in Washington, Perry Russom, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so there's a lot of information in that video. They're saying that a judge is denied to unseal the grand jury documents, which that was the only documents that we were about to receive. Now we're not going to receive them. Maxwell's being subpoenaed, but then Speaker Johnson turns around and questions whether or not she's a credible source. Why wouldn't she be a credible source? I don't get that, unless they're trying to say that she'd be mentioning names that weren't actually on the island. Maybe that's a possibility. I don't know, but to question her authenticity, she was there. She's serving 20 years because of it. So I don't understand why they're questioning her as a credible source, and not just anybody, but Speaker Johnson is doing it. And then you got the Dems, of course, out there claiming that Republicans are hiding something, when in reality, Democrats had access to the files for 4 years and did nothing with them. They didn't do anything with them. So to act like President Trump's hiding something because he's not releasing the files, why didn't they release the files? Like, why didn't they look into it? So here we are, still wondering what's going on with the Epstein stuff. They keep promising Obama stuff, and a lot of people wonder if that's a distraction from the Epstein stuff. And so I expect the next step of this to be hearing from Maxwell. Now, if Maxwell kicks the bucket between now and then, I don't think we're getting anything out of this. And then Trump will make another truth post telling us to shut the hell up, or we're a bunch of former, Trump supporters. We're weak and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, next up we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Of course, it is lefties losing it. This one's titled Sunny Ho, Hysterical Claims Are Mocked. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about Trump's name being in the Epstein files, as well as all the other information that they had in that video. Kevin Seamus, Epstein didn't kill himself. He may not even be dead. Yeah, that's what I think too. Eventually, YouTube will start striking us over saying that stuff. Live Review, why didn't they look further into when Epstein was accused years ago? Yeah, it's a good question. Well, and they said that Pam Bondi, who was the Attorney General in Florida, was letting him off the hook left and right. Every time he got in trouble, she was like, I don't know, stalling for him and stuff. And I still need to look into that to see exactly what the details are. But there's a lot of people saying that Pam Bondi is part of the reason why Epstein hasn't been in trouble until he died or whatever, right? And now it's being a big deal because he was technically in Florida zone or whatever, so he was there for Florida law. And her being the AG, she could have did something about it and didn't. So, I don't know. Snooks, Epstein walked clean in Florida. Yeah, see, and it's Pam Bondi's fault is what they're saying. And so, I don't know. We got to look into it. Kevin Seamus, Dollar Tree Obama is such a joke. I know. His ears fold over. I mean, he's got all that damn money. You can't fix your ears. I don't get it. Lived review, and she's Trump appointed. Yeah. Well, and a lot of people didn't like that Pam Bondi was chosen because she brought red flag laws to Florida. And a lot of people did not like that. I didn't know who she was when she got picked. I didn't know who any of these people were when they got picked. And we deep dived all of them while we were also covering the election. And when I went to look through Pam Bondi stuff, it was red flag laws and something else. And I can't remember what the other thing was, but there was 2 things she did in Florida that were not good. Man, that poor Klaus working hard for that fancy feast. I know. You want to cut that out? You showing everybody your pink thing? You just stop. You're doing too much. Good Lord. Stoner. Klaus is going deep. I know. You want to just chill out a little bit? I'll get you some fancy feast. Don't you worry. We be cracking cans. You see his ears twitching? That's what we do around here. We crack those cans. Appeal to Heaven. I'll check it out after the live. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island. I think I saw you growing some hair on your noggin after you taking that spoonful of Hair Juicer's hot sauce. I'm going to be putting it down today. I went and got stuff for tacos before we started this live journey. It's been taken all day. So I'm looking forward to tacos and some of Hair Juicer's hot sauce. That sounds explicit. We'll have to call it something else. But either way, he also sent me these. He sent me 2 bottles of this. This is California habanero hot sauce. What does it say? Twist and shout. And we're going to try some of this here in just a moment. I got to grab a spoon. But once we get into the fun stuff, which is after Lefty's losing it, we're going to try some of that hot sauce too. Appeal to Heaven. How can a judge deny the DOJ? I don't know. And the Supreme Court said that these district judges cannot make rulings like that interfere or they obstruct justice and all of that kind of stuff. And they just continue doing it. It's like nothing changes, you know? What's up, Glamour? Happy freedom to you. Cricket's tacos. Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Sour cream and pico? No. I just cook onions, season it, got lime. I'm just going to be making taco bowls. I didn't get corn shells. It'll be alright. I don't put all that fancy stuff in it. It takes too much time. And I'm too lazy for that. Goth, women are the most at risk with these illegal men running around asking how much and trying to kidnap us. Yeah. Well, and that's why, like, I spend a lot of time telling people, like, if you're leaving the house without a gun, you're a fucking victim. You're a victim just waiting to happen. Like, unless you've lost your rights because you're a felon or something like that, you should absolutely own a firearm legally, get the training so you know how to use it properly and efficiently, be proficient with your tool. It's technically a medical device if you think about it. Store it properly, take care of it, make sure you got the gun lube and all that stuff on it, practice regularly, and get a concealed carry if it's required in your state. Some states have constitution carry, which is badass. I wish we had that here in Michigan. But I don't even take the trash out without bringing my sidearm with me, because I look at it like, where am I ready to die? Do I want to die taking out the trash? I want to die on the way to go get Fancy Feast. I want to die when I go to Wesco. No, the fuck I don't. And so I got it with me. And that's the thing. And I do it all by the law and all that stuff, because I'm not telling you guys to break the law or anything like that. But if you live in America and you don't have a fucking gun, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Because we got more than 25 million illegals in the country. We had 25 million illegals and probably more than that come across the border because of old man Walter. We already had illegals here, though. So it's more than 25 million. It's more than just the illegals that Biden let in the country. And every damn day we were covering news about illegals setting people on fire and storing their bodies in bleach and just everything else. Kidnapping them and doing terrible things. People, get a fucking gun and do that shit legally. right? And be proficient. It's you're gonna need to know how to use it when you need to use it. So don't just go buy it and throw it on the fucking dresser and think you're gonna save your life one day. That's not how it's gonna fucking happen. Chances are, if you have to use that bitch, it's gonna be away from home. And so do what you got to do to keep yourself safe. Do not be victims out here. I dread the day we have to cover a story about a hooligan getting put down or something like that. Do not make me do that shit. Be safe when you leave the house. Be safe while you're in the house. I mean, if I had to, I got 2 guns next to me right now, just in case something bad happens while I'm sitting here at work. Klaus is strapped, okay? Klaus will do the thing. And so, I don't know. Just be safe out there, you hooligans. What's up, Deep South Jody? Happy freedom to you. Deep South Jody, DOJ denies the Trump story. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. What's up, Tory Wayne? Happy freedom. Yeah, Tory Wayne. I mean, that's what I mean. Don't be defenseless, you know. Whatever you gotta do, keep yourself safe. Captain Shame is train. That's right. But don't shoot your TV. That happens all the damn time. People dry fire in their firearms, racking it back, and boom, blow a hole right through the TV. Don't do that. Snooks, I bought a new hand chainsaw. Now I need to go to the hardware store and ask for lube oil. Oh, they'll find you some lube oil, all right. You go in there and ask for it. It's better than nothing. Happy freedom to you, Tory Wayne. You having chicken tacos tonight? That sounds good. The review smoking me right now. Boots Flames the laser cat. He's got frickin' lasers. Appeal to Evan Klaus in his murder mittens. You're not wrong. He's got big old eagle talons built right into his hands. Yeah, Ghostly, it's true. It's true. Deb, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into this. Like I said, this is the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It. Let's get this pulled up real quick. See, Rita don't mess around. I couldn't even get the screen pulled up. She was already willing to let us know about these lefties losing their marbles. Now, that's quite the O-face. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and the meltdown over Stephen Colbert's overdue sacking continues. Now, a reminder, Colbert's show is not only terrible, but it also loses $40 to $50 million a year. How it survived this long is the scandal, but no, the left's mass meltdown continues, and it wouldn't be a mass meltdown without the input of the ladies of The View. Here is Sunny Hostin suggesting that cancelling a struggling show is pretty much the dismantling of democracy itself. These people are nuts.
It's very clear that if it is political, this is the dismantling of our democracy. This is the dismantling of our Constitution, right? And so the First Amendment is the First Amendment for a reason, and that is freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom to speak truth to power. What are we going to do as a country? We must protect our Constitution, and we must protect our democracy. This is bigger than just the cancellation of a television show.
And Jon Stewart has joined in the hysteria. He proves that leftism destroys everything. You know, Jon Stewart used to be mildly amusing. Now he's reduced to this.
Go yourself!
It's just sad. It's like some feral, undisciplined child that's learnt a rude new word and thinks it's really cool to keep repeating it. And Colbert himself thought this was a clever line. Have a look at his response to Donald Trump celebrating his sacking.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
Sad thing is, he probably didn't compose that line. Reminder, one of the reasons The Late Show loses tens of millions of dollars every year is that it's got a huge team, 100 plus reportedly, including a big team of professional writers, and that's the best they can do. Now, let's wrap up this issue with the top 3 lowlights of Colbert's long run. Let's start with this cringe fest featuring Mark Cuban attacking, you guessed it, Donald Trump.
You're shiny, orange, and empty inside. I'd say you're a traffic cone, but I would swerve to avoid a traffic curve. That's gonna leave a mark, Cuban. Donald, I know you have no shot with Hispanics, because there's no way in hell you're getting the Cuban vote. Donald, the only way you're worth $10 billion is if I paid you $9.5 billion to wash my balls.
Pathetic, pathetic. Coming in at number 2 is this moment with Claire Danes, actress Claire Danes. Now, this was a rarity. This was a chance for Colbert to actually feature something interesting. But watch how he reacts when the Homeland actress talks about her interactions with the intelligence community. This is from Trump's first term in 2018 at the height of the Russian collusion hoax. Watch Colbert's panic as Danes mentions the intelligence community aligning itself with the media.
What's the most surprising thing that they've told you about their jobs, or something you would need to know?
Well, every year it's different, right? We've been at it for a while, and the climate has changed. But this year it was all about, you know, the distrust between the administration and the intelligence world, and the intelligence community was suddenly kind of allying itself with journalists, which usually they're not.
How long ago did you
such
start
good
shooting
friends.
this season?
The panic was palpable, the way he jumped in to stop her completing that sentence. But the worst moment from Colbert has to be this weapon-grade trash.
The vaccine.
What the hell?
That's all I can stomach. That trash went on for some time. Shameless, shameless charlatan. Now to a tolerant, loving lefty lass raging wildly because Donald Trump is still alive and healthy.
When will he die? When will he die? I can't keep doing this. When will he die?
Now let's hear from CBS News correspondent Scott MacFarlane, who revealed that the real victim of the Butler assassination attempt against Donald Trump wasn't Donald Trump. It wasn't even the Trump supporter shot dead defending his family. No, the real victim was the media, including Scott MacFarlane. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't hate the media enough. You think you do, but you don't.
For those of us there, it was such a horror because you saw an emerging America. And it wasn't the shooting, Chuck. I got diagnosed with PTSD within 48 hours. I got put on trauma leave, not because I think of the shooting, but because you saw it in the eyes, the reaction of the people. They were coming for us. If he didn't jump up with his fist, they were going to come kill us.
I know.
He was on trauma leave. Not because he saw the president shot, not because he saw a man in the crowd shot dead. No, he was traumatized by the crowd. Let's bring in American Culture Project senior.
Oh man, I really like that video of the guy saying he has PTSD because he's saying that President Trump got shot, right? He got clipped in the ear, and he got up and started yelling, "Fight, fight, fight!" And if he wouldn't have got up, if the bullet was an inch over and he was gone, he was afraid that Trumpers were going to get him and eat him alive. And what's really funny, and it wasn't funny at the time, but he has no idea how fucking right he was. Because when we were sitting here and we were covering the rally and we didn't know shit about nothing, we thought it was just another day, another Trump rally, and the shots were fired, everybody froze. Everybody froze. And I remember like talking into the camera and being like, is he okay? Like, is he gonna get up? What's gonna happen? He got up and he was screaming, "Fight, fight, fight," and all of that, and we were, happy that he was alive and all of that. But there was a lot of words in the chat. There was a lot of people who were like, let's do it. Let's do it. We're just gonna go out there and do bad things to lefties and fuck them. And I'm like, no, like, do not go out there and do that shit. Do not. I was like begging people, do not do that shit. But people wanted it. They wanted it big time. Big time. People were like, fuck it. I'm tired of dealing with lefties. I'm tired of their bullshit. I'm tired of them hurting kids. I'm tired of them going after us and all this shit. And people were mad. They were ready to let loose. And I remember begging people like, do not do that shit. Do not go outside and do bad shit. Like, all you're going to do is get yourself in trouble. You're not saving anybody. And it died down, right? It calmed down. And it wasn't just here, it was all over the internet. There was all kinds of people ready to let loose, ready to hit the streets, ready to smoke your local green-haired idiot walking around talking shit. And everything calmed down and it, whatever. But now this guy's like, oh, I got PTSD because I could see it in their face. They were going to start hunting us down. You have no fucking idea, dude. Like, you have no fucking idea. People were so ready to do that shit. And I'm glad that nothing bad happened, but man, they were ready for it. That fire was fueled. Either way, that is the last little bit of the news. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog. It's titled Slip of the Tongue. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner. And it's titled, Our Leaders on Capitol Hill Be Like. Now, before we do any of that, we are going to be trying some of this hot sauce here that Hair Juicer sent us yesterday. Habanero hot sauce from California. We're going to try some of that. But before we get into that, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's try some of this hot sauce really quick. Then we're going to get to the Advent calendar. Now, hopefully I can open this. You want to try some of this, Klaus Daniels? He's like, no. No, I do not. Now, this stuff might be spicy. And I'm going to have tacos later, so I'm like so stoked about that. Especially eating like real food. I've been eating fucking gas station food for like weeks now. I don't smell that bad. Famous last words. Let's try some of this hot sauce here. It smells good. I don't know. It kind of smells like the sauce you get when you go to like a Mexican restaurant. Kind of smells like that. It's got full flavor. Okay, we're going to set this to the side just in case I start screaming and crying and stuff, because you know that happens. Cheers, hooligans. Oh. 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 Oh, I fucked up. Who is hot? The bite is so bad. The bite is so bad. Who? Klaus, save me. He's like, what do you want me to do? Spit in my mouth. Holy shit. I'm not using that on the tacos. I'm telling you that right now. That's it's burning me right in my tits at this point. My tits are on fire. Oh, this water ain't even gonna help. Just Jesus, help me, Jesus. The bite is so bad. It's so bad. The sauce was good until the bite. I'm trying to. It's like in my throat clitoris. Oh, okay. We're gonna try and move forward. My left side feels hotter than the right side. That's normal, right? Anyways, we're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We're gonna try. No, you don't leave yet. You're getting something nice. Tory Wayne bought it for you. Oh, I can't even talk. Getting into the Advent calendar here. Today is day 12. Klaus Daniels, get up here. Get up here right now. You're grounded. Get your booty up here. I'm not giving you this toy. I'm gonna play with it and watch you while I play with it. I think she said that to me once. Anyways, day 12 here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is neat. Look at that. Now, what do you think? Oh, now you know how to get up. Oh, okay. Okay, big Klaus Panther, huh? Big and scary? Oh, you digging it, huh? That's a winner? All right. Looks like we got a good one. Thank you, Tory Wayne. I can't talk. My mouth doesn't form words anymore. Anyways, getting into our funny videos here. Like I said, the first one was provided by Sly Dog. Oh. My neighbors are like, what is he doing up there? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Bad things. Just trying to do hooligan things with my friends. Anyways, funny videos. Oh, it's hurting me. I can feel the wrinkles in my forehead. Anyways, this is titled Slip of the Tongue.
Themselves. We're joined now by the Oracle on Everything, Kitty Flanagan. Now, Kitty, should I be worried about my job?
Well, if you keep calling me Clitty, you should, yeah. But, you know.
Treat them.
Well, damn, Clitty. Oh, all right. Getting into our official funny video of the day. When I exhale, it feels like gasoline fumes. Now I'm talking like Mike Tyson. Is this right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, this is right. God, I always forget what the funny videos are. This was provided by Stoner. This is titled, Our Leaders on Capitol Hill Be Like.
Tell me why there is charcoal in the middle of the baby section.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, chili, baby back, really back. I want my baby chili, baby back, really. Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this Linktree link really quick. We're gonna drop it in all the chats. We're gonna read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Ooh. It's not letting me go. The sauce is hot. Thank you so much, Kelly R, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Kelly R. Thank you so much for the support. It says, for a case of water. Well, thank you, Kelly R. I appreciate it. Oh, it's getting me. I can feel my eyebrows growing. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Now, like I said, we're going to read through really quick, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we are raiding out over on Rumble. Live Review smoked 4 briskets so far this year. That's badass. I haven't had brisket in years. I would like to get my hands on some, though. Oh. Snugs. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys can't get along. Kim Seamus, my wife, just laughed and said, "You're friends," and shook her head. Well, I'm glad she likes us. Captain James moaning and playing with his cat. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Oh, Captain Seamus, that California hate is coming for you. I guess it's holding on. It's got a pit bull bite. It just don't let go. I can still feel it like back here in my throat. That's what she said. Oh, it's just all bite. I can't even taste the sauce anymore. It just hurts. I got chemical burns inside my mouth. Pain, happy freedom to you. Chili's has a very good brisket burger. That sounds good. I've never been to Chili's. I've never even seen a Chili's. I don't know if they have them near me, but if they got brisket burgers, I would like to go check that out. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. It's hard to form words right now. Hooligans Island, show us your O face. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Hooligans Island, that's what she said. Ghostly, what's her name? Why you gotta call me out like that? Ugh. Burning me up. Stoner, he likes it. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you. Got everything in the world. The world, Chico. And everything in it. Pain. Jesus can't help that decision you made. You're not wrong. The lesson is I have to live through it. Bill Clay, tits on fire. That's good, right? I mean, I don't know. I felt like I was having palpitations or something. I mean, I'm not a gynecologist. I just play one on TV. But it's still here with me. I know that. I should be more careful about touching my eyes. I'm going to end up with some real problems here. Glamour sounding like an owl. Don't do that. I'm trying to cool it off. Glamour, when's Jeff sending me money? That is so funny. That is so funny. I don't have money. I don't have that. I got jokes and a fat cat. That's what she said. Y'all know that. Kelly R. Klaus is so cute. I know. Too cute for his own good. Old mushy face over here. Plastic Quack, that's one hell of a burn, huh? It is. I don't know the next time I'm going to be dancing with the devil like that. I can't believe Hair Juicer missed it. He's probably at work. If you hooligans on the website see Hair Juicer, tell him I died from the hot sauce. Tell him it's all his fault. The hooligan meetup is canceled. I kicked the bucket. Thank you, Sarah Connor. Appreciate you being with us. Damon Walker, Blackberry Old Smoky Mountain Moonshine. It's nothing like hot sauce. Yeah, well, I believe you. Moonshine is a whole nother level of gasoline you're drinking. You guys writing huge paragraphs over here on YouTube, having a discussion. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. And happy freedom to you, Patriot Dad. No need to argue, ladies. There's plenty of me to go around. See what you did, Patriot Dad. You showed up on vacation, strutting around here, probably got the sandals on with the toes out, and now the ladies going wild. I'm blaming you, Patriot Dad. This is your fault. It's a lack of creativity. Happy freedom to you. We used to grow habanero. My dad took them to work only once because his coworker bit into one and had a heart attack. You can have a heart attack from eating hot sauce? I better write my will. I'm leaving everything to Klaus. That's crazy. He survived, right? Lack of creativity. I mean, I'm not trying to one-up him or anything. Jesus loves us. I've grown habanero peppers. Actually, I've grown 2 different kinds. I've had regular habaneros and I've grown pumpkin spice jalapeno peppers, and I didn't get to try the pumpkin spice ones because they're a chain of events that happened. But the regular habaneros, I made hot sauce out of it, and it was pretty good, but they're hot. They're a little bit too hot for me. Kev Chambers, you're describing me shorts and sandals today. You guys out here wagging your toes around the chat. Got these ladies going wild. Goodness, what can I do with you hooligans? Hey, thank you for being here, Stern. Enjoy the rest of your night. Damon Walker, there's no discussion. I'm a true hooligan. That's right, we were just born this way. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again where I'm going to struggle to do Pledge of Allegiance while my mouth doesn't work right. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could not do it right. My mouth has got me talking like Mike Tyson and stuff. It's just too bad. Either way, it is that time once again, hooligans. We're going to raid out. Let's see who is live. We've done 2 raids already today. Who should we raid? What is Eddie Block doing? We could raid Eddie Block. How long has he been live? An hour. God Rides at Harley's over there. Why is God Rides at Harley on Rumble for his stuff, but he doesn't do that for us? Pamela's over there. We got hooligans over there already. This will be fine. Let's do this. We're going to raid Eddie Block. He's on X. Hopefully boobies don't pull up, or else this will be the last time we get to raid. There we go. All right, we're going to raid Eddie Block. And it's going to be a good time.
Is that how you can search? I don't think you can search like that on X. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can. What's up, Jeff Mack has just raided the stream. What's up, Jeff Mack? How you doing, my friend? How's everything going? What's up, Plastic Quack? Got Plastic Quack here. Nice to see y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think my Rumble's messing up, but thank you for coming. What's up, Sly Dog? How's it going, my friend? Zeon Rugrats. Hey, I've seen your name before. What's up, Zeon Rugrats? The Elder Zoomer. Welcome all, welcome all. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking in. What the heck's going on with y'all? Yo, Bomber, I don't like Cat Turd. So you guys that just came over from Jeff Mack, what do you guys think about Cat Turd? I mean, this guy seems to me like, you know, I'm the kind of person that I think it's okay to disagree with somebody and you can still support them. I think it's okay to disagree because we all shouldn't think about the same way. That's a boring life, right? Just because I disagreed that there's certain things of the big beautiful bill that I didn't like doesn't mean I hate President Trump. Just because, oh, thank you, Cricket Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is awesome of you. That is awesome of you. But everybody Cat Turd's fighting with everybody right now, saying, "Oh, you're not a patriot. You don't like what Trump did here." That's baloney, folks. That's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of bull. That's not how life works.
All right, that's Eddie Block there. He's very cool. We've known Eddie Block for a long time, for years. Like I said, he's really cool. Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys doing the thing. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Look at Klaus Daniels. He's over there pretending to be asleep. As soon as I get up, he's going to be hounding me for this fancy feast. I'm only 2.5 hours late for his fancy feast feeding. So it's, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyways, reading through. Payne, you're on Rumble. I know I'm on Rumble. I was saying that one of the hooligans over there on Eddie Block's channel hangs out with us on YouTube, and I never understand why they're over on YouTube. And I thought it was just because they didn't want to go to Rumble, but they have no problem watching any block on Rumble. They just don't watch us on Rumble. And now I'm bent out of shape about it. That's how it goes. Sage Pub, the Booby Channel. We rated Toasty earlier, and then they rated us back. Appeal to Evan from the pepper. You can have a heart attack. I will try not to do that. I didn't realize you could have a heart attack from peppers. Oh, I appreciate you, Damon Walker. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goth, yes, I do have a wish list. You can find it on the Linktree link there, but I can just drop it right in the chat. I forgot I put ties for Klaus on the wish list. He's going to be a dapper young kitty. Either way, there is the wish list link right there. If you would like to check it out, I guess we'll just drop it across the board. Why not? Pain. It's crazy, but mustard can ease the burn. I don't have any mustard, but I could actually eat mustard. I didn't realize mustard could cool you off. I'm going to have to get some. Does it matter what kind? Like, what's that good kind of mustard? Like, what about honey mustard? Would that cool it off? Okay, I'm Seamus. I did look at it. It's badass. I actually added it to the wish list. Thank you for dropping that link. I've never even heard of a dry fire training kit. But like I said, I added it to the wish list. It's pretty badass. Magic Moon hot peppers actually dilate blood vessels and may help if someone is having a heart attack. That's interesting. Kind of like taking an aspirin. Or has that been debunked? I remember hearing that when I was younger. If you think you're having a heart attack, you take an aspirin, thin your blood out. Chance that you may survive it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Anyways, that is that. We are wrapping this up. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. What day is it? Is it Wednesday today? It is Wednesday, so tomorrow's Thursday. Good. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your night, get yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same. I'm looking forward to tacos. I'm not using that hot sauce. I know that. It's too hot. I wouldn't be able to show up for work tomorrow. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your night and make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.